Wow! Let's go live. Woohoo! We went live. Now we're live. Alright, so let's tell some people that we went live. And then we can go over kind of the stream recap of what we're doing today. Let's say, hey, everyone. We're live streaming today. Running Beachhead maps. Completing challenges. And offering useless POB advice for your builds. Come hang out and join. Come out and hang out. Come hang out. Wow, dyslexia. Come hang out and enjoy some Kool in the Gang. Now, the kids nowadays, they don't know who Kool in the Gang is, so enjoy some memes. Some memes and some rips. There we go. That sounds a lot better. Sounds more accurate. Saying come hang out with Kool in the Gang. Shout out if you're in chat and you know who Kool in the Gang is, or if you recognize any of their music. I doubt you do. You're all too young. You're all just kids. You're all just kids living in an old man's world. Which, oh, the other thing that we need to do today, we get to give away a t-shirt. We get to do that today, so we get to give these away as well to our Blood Aqueducts racers. So congratulations to our Blood Aqueducts racers. And then we get to give away a t-shirt, woohoo! To one of our Patreon supporters. So going to draw a raffle and then post that later on onto Patreon, which is exciting and fun. Welcome, welcome, Black Spell. I'm trying to think, what else do we need to do? Oh yeah, I need to build my animated Guardian back up. So here's a Kingmaker, here's a Learcast. What else should we get? Let's do a Victorio's Flight. I've got a whole bunch of these Beachhead maps to run for XP. So where are we at? Where's Beachheads? How many did we get? We've got 13, 15, 22. We've got 22 tier 15 Beachhead maps. So I may go out and buy more of those. I don't know. But that was like, how much did I spend on that? It was 6.6x for 15 of them, or 16 of them. And then this guy I bought 2 off of for 74C each. And then this guy I bought 4 for 296. So less than 10x. Less than 10x, I think, is what we ended up spending. So let's look here. Victorio's Flight, Goat Hide Boots. We need some of these. Ugh, these are all going to be really tough to buy, right? Because nobody's going to actually be online to actually purchase. It's going to be super duper frustrating. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Aww. Daw. Thanks, mate. Alright, let's go to this guy's hideout. And away we go. Grolich says, impressive rips can be memes in and of themselves. That's true. What's up, Tarkin? Hey, I'm from the Discord. What does SC mean? SC means softcore. Softcore. Plus Beachheads. I forgot to update the name. Beachheads plus POB help. There we go. Let's update that. Save. Alright, who's this guy? What are we buying? Buying Victorio's Flights. You don't just want to give this to me free, right? I actually need to pay you, so let me grab some chaos. Here was me complaining that nobody would be available, and then the first guy message is actually there. That's a bit of a change. A bit of a shock, to be honest. I think we also have Super Chat enabled. I think we do? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. I thought I clicked on the channel Super Chat enabled, so we'll see if that works or not. Who knows? I don't know. I'm a boomer, right? I don't understand how any of these things work. Southbound Soldier Gloves. Let's go get some Southbound, so that way hopefully our Animate Guardian will die less. He's still going to die, but don't worry. We still have a whole bunch of Kingmakers. I got 3 more Kingmakers. Yeah, I got 3 more Kingmakers in case he dies. But what I don't have is a bunch of these Southbounds and Victorio's Flight, and I think I've got 2 Learcasts. So, yeah. Hi, what's up, Barrett Anderson? Yes, SC equals softcore. That is correct. So SC means Softcore Trade League. So what are we doing today? The plan today is to run Beachheads to do some challenge completions and to help you guys out with POB. If people have got POB requests, like for help with their build. I typically only do those for Patreon supporters, like we did yesterday. We featured triangulated light bulbs build and featured some notes, some advice for him. Not as a featured build guide, so to speak. That's not a part of our featured build guide series, but rather it's just providing some feedback and doing that via video. Really, it's the best way to communicate with Patreon supporters. Exactly what suggestions we would make is to just make them a video, so that's why we offered that. And I believe that starts at the $10 tier at the G3 Elites level. So that's available to all of our Patreon supporters who are at the $10 level if they'd like a video made with some path of building expertise and some whack-a-mole ideas thrown at them. We can do that. Tarkin says, how do people get 5 plus X? I've never had more than 2X at once. I do it by trading a lot of the time, but if you play the game long enough and you trade, you flip your currency into various useful things. That will definitely help. What's the chess piece that I want to run? I think a lot of people are running Gruth kills, right, for the chess piece. I think I kind of want to run Belly of the Beast. Maybe not though. Other chess pieces that we could run. Oh, we could run Ambu's Charge. Do I have Ambu's? Because it's got some built-in elemental. Ambu's Charge. Do I have one? Nope, I don't. Bummer. Should we run Ambu's? Maybe not. What else could I run in the chess piece slot? I could run Bronze. Ooh. Does Blood Armor actually work? I mean, it gives 20% increased life, right? So that's good. But then does the minions actually... Does that actually stack with the Animate Guardian? That's interesting. I think we're going to try it. Oh, we could do a Heres on it. Oh, do Ice Tomb, then it could not be chilled. That would be interesting. Kingsguard is another decent one, right? Do the Soul Mantle for our Animate Guardian. Ooh, Queen's Hunger. Yeah, I gotta eventually unveil that. That's gonna be my standard item, I guess. Yeah, we'll try Blood Bond. It's probably not gonna work, but we'll try it. My guy's gonna die instantly. He's not gonna have any life. Well, that's 20% extra life. Let's go make our Animated Guardian and see. We'll see how quickly I can lose this, throw away this 210 chaos. We'll see what that's like. King B says, joined the Discord yesterday and got a lot of help to improve my build. Went from 4k to 4700 HP at level 90, but don't think I'll get over 5k with my Deadeye Ice Shot build. But the damage and clear is nice. Hey, King Beast. Welcome to the Discord. Glad you found it. He also says, just watched his channel. I never got more than 2x, but after I subscribed to G3, I made enough to fund 4 builds at 10x plus each. Yep, hey man, that's the way how it works. Not just our channel. There's a whole bunch of community members in Path of Exile that do a great job of explaining how to build up your currency pool and how to really play PoE and enjoy it and make currency, which is great. We try to do it from a more casual perspective because there's not always people who are going to necessarily have a whole bunch of currency on them. So that's one of the reasons why we try to do it relatively on the cheap. But yeah, that's one of the perspectives that we bring. One of the perspectives that we contribute to the community is trying to be semi-casual in your approach, and with definitely a heavy trade emphasis for us here at this particular channel. That's what we do. Black Spell says, need some at Tarkin. What build are you playing? There you go. See, if you need help, we've got lots of people in the community willing to help. It's one of the things that I love about this community. We help each other out with our builds, with our ideas, and we take it away from there. iLab says, invest in Ancient Orbs when they're 25C near the beginning of the league and then wait. Yeah, that's one way. Michael says, hey Iron, looking good. Hey Michael, thank you so much. Mischief says, if you never go past tier 3 maps and don't craft and flip items, you more than likely won't pass 5x. Yeah, you do. Trading and flipping is good. Trading, flipping, crafting. There's lots of different ways that you can make currency in Path of Exile. And you can always just play Path of Exile and have stuff drop for you. Now, that being said, for me to say, hey, you can just play the game and have stuff drop for you, I am now like running like 9x worth of stuff right now. So that's a bit disingenuous for me to say just play the game. But you can run low tier maps and spawn up your influence, fight your conquerors, get lucky with a conqueror's drop here or there. If you complete your atlas and get, you know, up to tier 8 for all your watchstones, you'll make currency. So just keep farming. Bad Touch says there is only Joffreys. There is nothing else this league. Yeah, that's probably true. Taco Mage says, if you can't invest, then your best bet for currency is Metamorphs. Stack up pieces with drops additional currency and then blast them. Yeah. In fact, that's a good idea. We should go do that. Do I have any Metamorphs actually ready to go? Ooh, I only have one set of eyes. That's no good. I've got a couple of lungs in here. Let's look for currency. Do I have any? I have no currency lungs right now. Wow. No currency lungs. So we can trade these in. We can trade these in. Do I have any? Ooh, I have a lot of currency brains. Wow. A lot of currency brains. What about currency livers? We can get rid of some of these livers. All right, so let's go to Tane's lab. Let's warm up today because I haven't done any maps. I've just been doing trading today as I've been answering emails and getting back to phone calls for my gainful employment that supports my wife and my family, my various and sundry children. We should go into Tane's lab to actually warm up the old fingaroos, get them clicking on stuff again. Alright, so what did they give us? What did they give us? An eye, which drops additional currency. How lucky. And a liver, which drops currency. Okay, so maybe we can do 2 of these. Yeah, maybe we can do 2 eyes here. Do we have any other currency? We got one more currency liver. Is this a currency liver? Yeah, that's a currency liver. That's 1 currency. That's a polished scarab and a unique item. Let's do that one instead. Lungs. I still don't have any lungs. Ugh. Do I have any maps for lungs? Okay, this one will drop maps. This one will drop maps. That's nice. Ugh, that's still not very good. Alright, and brains. Let's look for currency. Alright, this one's got currency. So that's 2 brains. And now I need a heart. Currency. Currency. There we go. Alright, so we can do 5, or no, do 2 metamorphs here. And that'll be good to get us warmed up. Do I have all my stuff on? I think I have all my stuff on. Hopefully I have all my stuff on. Uh-oh.
Shake it, baby!
Alright, so that's a pretty good start. Lots of incubators. Some chromatics. I don't even know why I have chromatics still on my... Oh, on my filter. Honestly, it shouldn't be there anymore. But I'm obsessive about chromatics. Ooh, an incubator. Nice. Got some Vol splinters out of that. Nice. I actually have not run a single timeless encounter this league yet. Have not run a single one. It's probably bad. Die, Metamorph, die!
It is not the strongest of the species that we have on.
Alright, we got a unique map. And we got some more good stuff. Superior Enduring Cry. Ooh, nice. 19%. Huh. Turn that in for some GCP, baby! For those of you who are new, GCP stands for Gem Cutter's Prism. And it's a good thing. GCPs are these guys. They improve the quality of your gems. Alright, let's throw the currency in the currency tab. Get all the currency in here. Throw the fragments in the fragment tab. And then let's get going to the beachheads, right? Start running some beachheads. Whoops. This was a regret orb. Got a lot of sacrifices there, actually. That was kind of nice. And got some scarabs. It's kind of nice. I wish we had an incubator spot. I wish there was a spot for incubators. That'd be kind of nice, but we don't. Well, we can always just throw them onto our equipment. That's one thing we can do. Don't even care what they say. Just throw them on there. Throw this in here. And then throw these in the maps. Alright, and away we go. Thank you, Tane. Thanks for the warm-up. King B says, though I've hit a wall, map level is 1 because I need 1 more stones in Valdosta Rest to complete all 32, but I refuse to buy maps, and Hunter won't spawn off white and yellow. Oh, that's rough. Sorry to hear that, dude. Alright, so what's one of my challenges that I needed to do? I was debating between going just with beachheads or doing these challenges. I have to defeat Sebert in Moon Temple while affected by Dark Vortex, and then I have to defeat so-and-so without defeating any Blackguards, Interrogators, or Blackguard Enforcers. That's going to be nearly impossible for my build. Defeat Beyond bosses. Is there a Beyond? Is there a Beyond node in my Delph? If there's a Beyond node, I should just go do that, right? Beyonds. Beyonders, are you in here? If there's any Beyonders in here, I should just go do that and complete that challenge real quick before we get into the nitty-gritty of the Beachheads. Is that a Beyonders? No, we already completed it. Bummer. Any other Beyonders? Hello? Hello? No, there's another one that's completed. Hello? Beyonders? Oh, there's a Beyonder right up here. Look at that. Monster level 69. Nice. Alright, so that's what we're doing. What's the fastest way to get there? 1, 2? Alright, that's what we're doing. We are on our way. We're going to go kill this Beyonder, and then we'll do some Beachheads. Grolich says, Map Sustain has become automatic this league as long, or as others have said, if you don't stay in low tiers and you have enough completions, you'll have a flood of maps to run. Actually, that's a great suggestion. For any of you who are struggling making currency right now, one thing that you can do right away is to go and unsocket. Unsocket all of your, if you've got, okay, I need to slow down. Too much coffee. If you would like to make currency, one thing that you can do this league is to actually go into your atlas. Whoops, where's my atlas? Go into your atlas. If you've got, let's say, more than 120 completion percentage on your atlas, that's viewable right here in the center. This first number, if it's 120 or above, go in, remove all of your sockets, remove all of your watchstones from their sockets, and then just go run white maps. You will have a bunch more white maps drop for you, and then you can sell those white maps in bulk to other players who are just looking to purchase white maps in bulk in order to farm Cirrus really quickly. That is a good low-tier mechanism, low-tier service to provide for the community, because so many people are looking for completions and kills on Cirrus that they are just running those white maps. And so white maps are highly, highly in demand, and so if you're looking to make a currency, that is one way that you can absolutely make currency this league, is to simply go in and farm white tier maps and then sell those white tier maps in bulk to other players who want to run them and kill Cirrus. Maybe you're not at a spot in your build where you've got enough currency to dump into the build to kill Cirrus yourself. Maybe you just don't like the fight. Maybe you don't like chasing him down. Maybe that's not a league goal of yours. Maybe you'd prefer to be a fast mapper. Go play like an ED Contagion mapper and just go run white maps really, really quick. You'll get a whole bunch of maps to drop, and then you'll be able to sell those map drops accordingly. So that's one suggestion for that's like the low tier farm method that I have used and been using on this account and then on my standalone account in order to pick up some currency here and there, is just to sell those maps in bulk then to other players that want to buy those maps in bulk. You can sell them to guildmates, you can sell them in trade chat, you can of course list them and sell them on the website. Lots of different options for you to do. Grolich says, I assume for the sake of this discussion at least 1 to 2 hours of playtime could be in 2 sittings. Yeah. Like, I generally only play for a few hours at a time. Like, I trade, sure, whenever I'm available, but
It is not the strongest of the species that survive, but the one most responsive to change.
But most often, if you're able to go out and farm up maps, if you're at a decent completion percentage, then you can run a build, kill as many maps as you want, make some currency here and there, even if you've only got a few hours to play every day. Not even a few hours. If you've only got a few hours to play every week, like if that's your money-making mechanism and you've got a good completion percentage, you will consistently have maps drop. Do I need this flare? Yeah, I do. Alright, let's keep going. Oh no! What's that? Azurite! Alright, let's come up this way. This is like monster level 69. Imagine if my level 94 character dies in the darkness here. How bad would that feel? 14k energy shield and dies at monster depth level 69. Let the memes commence. Don't let your memes be memes. Turn them into your dreams. Okay, here we go. This is the Beyond interaction, right? Give us our Beyond God so that way we can finish this one off. And that should put us at 31 challenges, I think. There we go. Let's summon up some of these Vol skeletons, see what they do. Taco says, I had a Beyond Vol City at depth 250 last night, spawned a Baxoth in one of the dark side rooms. I did not scream. It was a bellow of rage. Yeah, when I killed a Baxoth, I actually was able to give him away, I think, to 2 other guildmates. I think Diz got in on that, and I think maybe blasting, maybe not. But 2 other guildmates, I think, came in, and we took down a Baxoth pretty quickly. Diz just made an absolute joke out of him with his damage build. He was running a Facebreaker Cyclone at that time. Absolutely sick, the damage that build can pump out. Yeah, I was kind of surprised because some players have really had a lot of trouble getting a Baxoth to spawn. Hey, there we go. We completed that one. Alright, so we're at 31 completions now. Any other completions that I can do that's just like super duper easy? Carcass map. Complete and defeat each of the following itemized map bosses in Tane's. Oh, so I have to kill the boss and then get the map. Okay. Gotcha. So that's not easy. I'm going to have to hunt for that for a second. The Eater of Souls and the core map. I don't think I have a core map right now. It's kind of lame. Yikes. Let's see here. Do I have a core map? I don't think I have a core map. Yeah, I don't have a core map. That's a bummer. I have to go out and buy a core map. Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one for this one. We should go buy a core map. This is one of the reasons why I never get completions done for challenges, because I'm like, oh man, what is that gonna make me do? I'm gonna have to go buy something and trade something. Oh no! To me, it's very profitable if you tell me, hey, it's worth it to go trade something and make currency. But if you tell me, oh, you have to go trade for something for MTX in game, I'm like, MTX don't matter that much. But I think this is actually going to be the first league that I'm actually going to try to get 36. I think. We'll see. I'm at 31. This should give me 32. Core map. Otherworldly core map. What do I have to do? Defeat each of the following unique bosses at Awakening level 8. Am I at level 8? I'm at level 8. Okay, let's go beat this guy. Taco Mage says, I was running SRS and did eventually bring him down, but it was a lot of running in circles trying not to panic flash. Yeah, that sounds like SRS at this point. SRS's problem, and this comes as a shock to absolutely no one, SRS's problem at this point is definitely found... Ooh, Ellie weakness. I don't want that. Oof, this could be tough. Is definitely found inside the fact that you have to stop to cast, right? Like... So SRS can be really, really strong for mapping, but the fact that you have to stop to cast, yikes, that kind of makes it difficult for bossing, because you want to stay mobile so often in PoE. PoE has really evolved in its mobility requirements over the last probably 2 years, just with how much we're required to stay mobile inside boss fights. Bad Touch says, you saved me from having to do another challenge, aka the Conqueror Squares. Oh, nice. Yep, there you go. Ask a guildie to do it. There you go. That's right. Wait, did I do that one for you, Bad Touch? Is that what you're saying? Was that me that did it for you, or did you do it for me? I forget. Betrayal is the Jun missions, asked Michael. Yes, it is. Whoa, hey now. That stuff actually does damage. Where's my dudes? My dudes doing anything? Where'd my dudes go? Hey, there's some sulfite. Oh, I remember this map. I do not like this map. Sometimes I die going around corners in this map. Let's see if I lose all 3 million of my XP gained for my next level at this point. Yikes. Beyonders! Kill them all! Haas, the unrelenting frost. Holy moly. He took me down to half. What a jerk. Okay, there's the black core. So we've got to go... we've got to go up here. Kill one dude. This is actually going to be a tough map. Malachi has a history of killing me on various characters. So we'll see. Let's see how frustrated I get. Thank you, Yoshi. Any more sulfite up here? It'd be kind of cool if Nico actually pointed you in the direction of the next sulfite. It'd be kind of cool. Kind of like the Legion, how the Legion indicator, the Legion monoliths kind of indicate if there's a general or a boss on one end or the other. That'd be kind of cool. I think that would be kind of nifty, if you know what I'm saying. Then again, there's really not much to complain about Nico. Like, everything about Delve is just so great. There's really nothing more to improve on. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 things that I'd improve on here or there, but Delve is such a great league and such a great mechanic. Alright, 2 more to kill, and then we can go die to Malachi. I mean, fight Malachi. And that'll be great. I'm bleeding! Oh no! I really ought to get a corrupted like brawn, or corrupted efficient training with corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. That'd be nice. Oh no, Beyonders! What should we do? Well, he died right away. That was great. What is this, tier 15 map? Yeah. I probably should have saved my Necro mission for a tier 16 map, but whatever. Whatever! I do what I want!
Shake it, baby!
Shake it, baby! Oh, should we do this abyss? Let's do it. Let's see if we get punctured here to death with physical damage. Watch out for the spikes on the ground! Green spikes are bad. Green goo is bad. Is there another one? Yep, there's another one. Oh, watch out, lightning is bad. Do I have elemental weakness? I can't move. Why can't I move? How rude. Oh, that's a lot of Beyonders. We doing okay? Yeah, we're doing okay. Still have elemental weakness. Go get them, Skellies. Get them, boys. Imagine what this would be like if I actually had corrupted 21s. For zombos and... oh, shoot, just for anything. I think I've only got one 21 gem. I think. I might have multiple.
Shake it, baby!
I really ought to go out and just buy gem upgrades.
Shake
If
it,
I want to push
baby.
this character further, but... it already does so well! With the amount of currency that I've invested into it, I kind of feel bad about dumping more currency into this guy. When my other builds don't have nearly the amount of currency dumped into them. Okay, let's pull up a portal right here, so that way when I die, I can scream and cry and whine about it and come back into the map. Get him! Oh wow, look at that damage. Oh no! Did he actually... did he... no, he didn't. Okay. Like, did he kill a Spectre? That would be most disheartening. Ooh, that hurt. Holy moly. Is he gonna slam? Watch the slam. This was actually the boss who killed me the last League in Hardcore in Blight, was the Malachi with his slam. I wasn't paying attention, and he killed all my zombies. And I was like, huh, why is he swinging at me? Why isn't he swinging at my zombies? Oh, they're all dead. Well, speaking of dying, yeah, let's just drop down to 6k life. Yikes. Okay, he's gonna slam. Watch out. He should be, like, getting close here. Come on over here, buddy. Alright, come get him, team. Is anybody dead yet? Nope, we're all still alive. Is he dead yet? Nope, nope. Close, close. He's gonna come over here now. Get him!
Show me the map.
Show me the map! Alright, look at that. So we now have, what, 32? Yeah, 32. So now I need, what, 4 more done? Which will probably be Deadly Encounters. Kill Uber Elder, that'll be one of them, so that'll put me at 33, and then complete these encounters, that'll be 34. That's probably what we'll do. Show me the map. Ugh. Alright, let's go drop all of the wealth. Look at the hordes of wealth that we made from that map. Nah, it's not the map's fault. It's my stupid strictness on my filter. Because I don't want to be seeing too much of stuff. Don't want to be slowing down it too much at this point. Taco Mage says, yeah, SRS needs cast speed and unleash support to feel good against bosses. Yeah, I agree. I think they just feel bad in general. Alright, let's move this over here. So I think at this point we're going to run some Beachheads. I think that's what we're going to do. Well, we could run Beachheads or we could look at POBs. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to look at POBs and we can just chat? Or would you rather I run some Beachheads and then we look at POBs? Either way. Either way is good with me. I'll tell you what. We'll do it this way. In chat, put a 1 if you want to run Beachheads, and put a 2 if you want to look at people's POBs. We could do either one. What's up, Kirky? Welcome, welcome. Diz says you're a true flipper. You're too damn cheap. I am damn cheap. You are right. You have discovered me. You have found out. You have found me out and discovered my secrets. So drop your vote in chat. 1 if you want to run Beachheads right now. 2 if you want to look at people's POBs. And we'll take a look. And we'll see what people want to do. And then, you know, I might actually take your suggestions. I might not. I might not. I might say, you know what? I don't like the way you guys vote. So we'll see. Alright. Who's this person? What are they saying? And why are they saying it? How dare they say it? Alright. Oh, that's right. I need to do this as well. I don't know. It looks kind of split right now. So we've got how many ones? 1, 2, 3 ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twos. Cowsat asks, Iron, have you had a mirror drop for you since you've been playing this game? No, I have not. I have not had a mirror drop for me. Can somebody please write Chris Wilson and let him know about the problem with this scenario? Because it is a problem. In my opinion. And I think in your all's opinion, right? I mean, I should have a mirror, right? You'd think I would have had a mirror drop for me now. Actually, I think it's probably a good thing, thinking about it. It's probably a good thing that a mirror has never dropped for me, because if a mirror dropped for me, chances are it would drop for me while I'm not on stream, and so everybody would be like, oh, you said you had a mirror drop for you. Yeah, right. So, I don't know. The better question is, has a mirror dropped for any of you? Because I know for a fact, I want to say it was opening weekend or the second weekend of the league, we actually had a mirror drop for one of our users in guild, which was really cool. I thought it was really cool. I mean, it's not very often that a mirror does drop for people in league. And so the fact that it happened to a relatively new player, I think, to the guild. So it was kind of like this really cool moment for them to be like, oh, I have a mirror. What do I do with it? That was pretty fun. All right, let's update the poll again. Any more votes? Any more votes? I don't think there's any more votes. Man, it seems like most people want to look at POB. Okay. All right, wow. Well, we want to look at POB rather than running Beachheads. Okay, let this be known. The next time I put up a poll and I say, hey, do you guys want me to trade or flip or just talk about POE or actually show gameplay? And you people are like, oh, Iron, why don't you ever show gameplay? I'm going to be like, well, because every time I try to show you guys gameplay, you're like, no, actually, we just want to talk. Let's just chat, which is fine. I'm happy to just chat about POE. I love chatting about POE. I just don't want to hear people complaining it. Oh, you never show gameplay. All right, so at this point, what we should do is we should actually open up Path of Building. I'm actually going to get off of there. There we go. We'll open up POB, the famed program, Path of Building. Alright, so here's our POB. We've got this thing open. Alright, who's going to be brave enough to send me a Discord with their path of building for us to pull apart? This is what you need to do. You need to send me a Discord PM with your POB, and I'm not promising you that I'm going to get to it. Okay? There's no promises. No promises we're going to get to it. So if 10 of you send me your POBs, I don't guarantee that we've got enough time to look at 10 different POBs today. But maybe we'll look at one. So send me a PM on Discord with your path of building that you would like us to look at. Please, please, please send us either the POB paste bin or tell us the character name that you want with the associated account name for us to look at. And then we can go from there. Alright, I'm just going to wait for a second while one of you is brave enough to actually send me a POB that we're going to pull apart. Oh, and if you're wondering, hey, how do I join the Discord and how do I actually send you a PM, Iron? Join the Discord and then send me a PM. If you're wondering, that's how you do that. Oh, man, that's fun. Oh, there's a discussion right now, speaking of which, on our Discord about D&D. Oh, man, that's exciting. Not as in D&D as in the Do Not Disturb function in Path of Exile, but rather D&D as in the Dungeons and Dragons gameplay, which is quite interesting. Taco Mage says, this is YouTube, your build sucks. Diz says, you can pull mine apart, but I'm pretty happy with mine at the moment. Yeah. Well, somebody send me a PM on Discord, and then we'll start pulling something apart on POB. Hey, welcome, Mr. C. I'm awake. I'm here. Excellent, excellent. Welcome, welcome. Alright. What's this? We actually have a POB. Alright. Taco Mage is going to get the first shredding of YouTube, as it were. We're calling this the first look. So Taco Mage is going to be our first character that we're looking at. And his character name is going to be Shocking Tacos. Shocking Taco, I assume. Here we go. Level 93 Elementalist in Metamorph. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what we got. Okay, so first let's look at skills. So he's using Lightning Strike. He's using Vol Haste, Vol Grace, Flame Dash, Summon Lightning Golem, Ancestral Protector, Wrath, Herald of Thunder, Elemental Weakness, and Herald of Ice with Curse on Hit. Okay. Whirling Blades is his mobility skill with Fortify and then Night Blade. Okay. And then Aspect of the Spider, which is probably on one of his rings. Okay. This is an interesting setup. So first off, you're only running a 5-link for your Vol Lightning. You're level what, 93? You're level 93 on a 5-link. Are you SSF? No, you're Metamorph. You're Metamorph Trade League. Okay, so let's take a look here. Your items right now are Touch of Anguish, the Imperial Claw. Alright, so we're doing life gain on hit. You get frenzy charges on killing a frozen enemy. Skills chain an additional time while at maximum frenzy charges. Okay. That makes sense. But critical strikes do not inherently freeze. That's a bit of a bummer. So you're dual wielding those in order to increase your cold damage. Okay. That makes sense. So you're just trying to run around and free stuff. Right? That's your goal here, Taco Mage, is just fly around and free stuff. Whirling blades left and right and free stuff. Your helmet has... Oh, your helmet is your source of aspect of the spider. Okay, interesting. Your helmet's got chaos resistance and life on it, but other than that, it doesn't look particularly great. It's got a decent evasion roll. Your impulses is 2 whites, 3 greens, and a blue. Your impulses looks like a 6-link. How is your impulses a 6-link, but your skills are only on a 5-link? Can I not count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is only a 5-link. Why on earth are you using a 5-link, Taco? What are you doing? Oh, you're stacking shocks. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of projectiles. How many projectiles come off of Lightning Strike? It fires 8 additional projectiles. That's a lot of projectiles. The projectiles cannot miss if the melee attack hits a target. That's interesting. This is an interesting build. I can genuinely say, Taco, this is an interesting build. Okay? I can genuinely say that. I am intrigued by your build, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to offer you any kind of suggestions because I'm just intrigued at this point. You're using an Essence Worm with... What's going to be socketed in here? Your Aura, probably. What? Your... which one is it? Herald of Thunder? Wrath. Here we go. Wrath is socketed into your Essence Worm. That makes sense. What do we got for our gloves here? Those are good resistances. It's a good amount of evasion. You got a lot of evasion on here. What's your total defensive evasion? I should have asked that. What is your total evasion rating? 4,833. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Boots. Non-tailwind boots. Okay, so that's an upgrade that you could get right away. We all know that, right? Tailwind boots are good. Tailwind boots are good, people. If you have not seen tailwind boots, they're good. If you can get tailwind boots, if you're using rare boots this league, then like basically there isn't a build in existence that won't benefit from tailwind. Maybe there are a few. As soon as I say that, you guys in chat are going to be like, "Oh, but Iron, what about these 3 builds?" That, you know, so for the most part, builds will benefit if you give them tailwind. So this is giving you needed strength, needed life, needing... Oh, you've got 30% movement speed on here, so that's nice. This almost kind of feels like a Herald. Like... Oh, there goes my phone. This almost kind of feels like a Herald, like, auto bomber build. It's kind of what it feels like. You just want to go really, really fast and blow stuff up. Stack your shock effect, and then once one thing dies, everything dies in the pack because you're using impulses. Now that's an interesting looking talisman. 50% of lightning damage from hits taken as fire damage. That's kind of interesting. It's got some resistances on it, and then it adds flat lightning to attacks, which is good. You need that. Whew. This ring is low on fire, but good on cold. Then that's kind of a wasted spot as well with your energy shield. Alright, your belt. Let's take a look. Oh, you got a Stygian Vise! Nice! Nice. I like your choice of belt, I gotta say. Belts, go for the Stygian Vise. Okay, you've got 55 strength, you've got 99 max life, you've got 44 to cold resist, you got 31% increased elemental damage with attack skills, which makes sense, you're doing attack damage. Okay, that's a solid, it's not like out of this world or something, but it's solid. And then your Abyssal is strength and dex, fire damage to attacks, flat life, and regen. Okay, so you could probably upgrade that. That you could probably upgrade. Your flasks, we've got Staunching, we've got Quicksilver with Adrenaline, we've got Chemist for Warding, and then Wise Oak. Are you balanced for Wise Oak? You are. You are a wise man. I see now why you're doing what you're doing with your resistances. All right, so you got Wise Oak going. You got your crit and freeze immunity on your Diamond Flask. And then our jewels are increased life and resistances. Watcher's Eye is 34% of physical damage converted to lightning damage while affected by Wrath, so that's going to count. And then cast speed while affected by Zealotry won't count. Okay. 1% chance to block spell damage while dual wielding. 5% increased max life. Okay. Alright, I'm kind of getting a picture of your build here. Your tree looks interesting. Let's come take a look at your ascendancy first. Okay, this is what I would expect here. I'm surprised. Huh. I'm surprised no Paragon of Calamity. Maybe Reflect doesn't matter for you. Maybe you're just not running Reflect maps. So yeah, Mastermind of Discord, Pendulum of Destruction, Shaper of Desolation, and Beacon of Ruin. Okay. So because you're shocking everything, right? Because you're pretty much, your chance to shock and freeze is really, really high. So you're always shocking stuff. It's a non-damaging ailment, which is going to increase the effect of your shock. Shocks from your hits always increase damage taken by at least 15. Yeah, so you're... Okay, so you're doing a significant amount of damage. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I kind of like this. I wonder what it looks like in action. It would probably not be my playstyle, just straight up. I'm just being completely forthright with you all. Probably would not be my playstyle. Then again, it's not a summoner, right? It's not a summoner, and it's not really, really incredibly tanky, so it's probably not my playstyle. That being said, here's your total defensive layers. So your total defensive layers are 5,200 life, and then you've got balanced resistances, but you're going to keep Wise Oak up all the time. So even though your resistances are only 63 across the board, you've actually got some good cast resist on here. Looks like you came down here to grab Acrobatics and Phase Acro, which is good. It's good. I actually want to see here if there's anyone else on PoE Ninja that's actually playing a Lightning Strike build and see what they're doing. See how many people are Lightning Strike and then are actually going Elementals. Okay, there's nobody level 97 to 100 in Metamorph that is using Lightning Strike. Just letting you know. Nobody that I can see on the ladder. What about SSF? Is there anybody that's using Lightning Strike? I guess technically it would be Vol Lightning Strike, right? Yeah, none. Nobody's using Lightning Strike. Okay, there's a few people using it in SSF. A few people. They are 1 Assassin, 1 Slayer, 1 Raider, 1 Deadeye, and 1 Berserker. So, Taco Mage, you are in a group of elite people. You are, at least to my knowledge, the only person I've ever heard of that's playing Vol Lightning Strike. Okay, there's a few people using Vol Lightning Strike on their main skill in regular Metamorph. None of them are Elementalists, though. They're all mostly Raiders, actually. So a lot of them who are Raiders. So that's interesting. But, I mean, you're scaling up your shock effect, so it makes sense for you to go Elementalist. It's interesting. So do you go point blank? You don't. You don't come down to go point blank. That might be something for you to consider. Basically, everybody on this tree, I'm just showing you right here, Taco. Basically, everybody on this tree is here we go. I'll pull this over here so you guys can actually see it as well. You can get the benefit of what I'm seeing. These are people using Vol Lightning Strike on 5+ links. This guy's got point blank, point blank, point blank. This guy doesn't have anything. Mr. Scary Terry. But in terms of keystones, like pretty much everybody's got Acro, Phase Acro, and point blank. So that's interesting. It's just interesting. I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong. I'm not saying that you can improve your build by taking it. I'm just saying it's interesting. Huh. Yeah. Okay, that's enough on that build. That was a good build. I liked it. It was interesting. Taco, I wish I had more to tell you, but it's interesting. All right, we're going over to Flexus Jan. All right, we're going to import with a paste bin. Import to a new build. So Flexus Jan on Discord. I don't know who you are on YouTube because everybody's got different usernames on YouTube than on Discord. What do we got here? We've got a Slayer. I'm going to guess this is a Slayer Cyclone tree. But I could be wrong. Blood Rage, Precision, Cyclone, Leap Slam, Vol Molten Shell, Portal, Flesh and Stone, Commandment of Winter, Vulnerability, Enfeeble. Okay, so we are a Cycloner, but we're a Slayer version of a Cycloner. That's what we are. Makes sense. Makes sense. Alright, so let's take a look at our items. First off, our Empyrean Song is a jeweled foil that gives us 428 DPS. This is pretty good. This is a pretty good weapon. The attacks are a little low. It's 1.84 on the attacks. The attacks are actually a little bit low. You'd want it to be ideally up over 2. And ideally you want the DPS to be over 450. But that's pretty good. Then you're using the Savior as your secondary weapon because, of course, everybody who can use the Savior wants to use the Savior this league. I still am not personally convinced that the Savior is always better, is an always better option. I'm not personally convinced, but I haven't used it yet. And I'm not a big melee guy. So I'm coming from a spot of ignorance. The big melee guys are all saying the Savior's great. I think, personally, it's a little bit of a joke from Grinding Gear's side of things to release a melee weapon called the Savior for melee builds. Like, so many people are wondering, hey, why don't melee builds become more popular in the meta? Why is it that more players don't play them? Well, part of the reason is because they need a Savior. They need somebody at GGG to really take them up and rework melee skills. So GGG's kind of like, hey, in lack of actually providing a Savior, here's the Savior, a Legion Sword, which will hopefully make melee a little bit better. The irony, of course, is that in order to get a Savior like sword, you've got to kill like the new endgame boss. So, saying like, hey, here's a good item to build around, like, it truly is the epitome of an endgame item, right? It's what Starforge used to be. It's like, if you're building a Starforge build, it's not an early game like build, it's not a league starter, it's not going to be anything that you're going to be able to invest in without dumping in a whole bunch of time or currency into acquiring. So it's interesting that the Savior, the thing that is now making melee viable, is really only available for like endgame players. Anyway, enough of me ranting about the Savior. Okay, your helmet is the Woe Crest. It's got armor, accuracy, life, cold and lightning resistance, and it's got 10% of physical damage from hits taken as cold damage. I like that. You've got crafted on there, socketed AoE with increased area of effect. What do you have in your helm? Do you have your Ancestral War Chief in your helm? What do you have in your helm? Portal, Flesh and Stone, and Maim are in your helm. Okay. I guess, is Maim AoE? No, Flesh and Stone is AoE. Okay. So you are actually getting some benefit off of that in your helmet. Alright, your body armor is a 6-link, 2 green, 1 blue, 3 red. It's an Astral Plate. So that means 12 to all elemental resistances on the implicit. And then you've got increased armor, so your armor is 1308. That's a no laughing matter amount of armor. 43% to lightning resistance. And then you've got 2% flat additional physical damage reduction. That's always helpful. Attacks have tier 1 to flat critical strike chance. That's always great. Then you've got killed enemies explode, dealing 3% of their life as physical damage. That's always great. And then you've got crafted 83 life on there. That's a really, really good chess piece. Jan, that is a good chess piece. Okay, you are using the Hands of the High Templar gloves. Let's see what kind of curses you've got on here. Oh. Oh my! How much did these gloves cost you, Jan? These gloves are no joke. 6% increased maximum life. Curse enemies with vulnerability. Curse enemies with enfeeble on hit. And then attacks have base a plus flat critical strike chance. That's really good. And spells have it as well. Yeah, those are some pretty dang good gloves. Oof. You can do a lot with that. Enfeeble and vulnerability. Yeah, That's really nice. So it helps keep you alive and it helps kill things faster. Those are some sick gloves, which I assume in your skills that's what you've got in your gloves. Where's your gloves? Precision and Dread Banner with Pride and Enlighten. Okay, so the Enlighten is to deal with the mana reservation, and the Precision's at level 14 to deal with mana reservation. Okay, that makes sense. Your boots. This is going to be the theme of the day. Do you have Tailwind or not on rare boots? You've got 12 to fire and cold resistance. You've got a decent enchant, 8% increased move speed if you haven't been hit recently. 35% increased move speed. That's tier 1, not tier 2. Regenerate 1% of life per second. That's nice. You've got 5% increased move speed if you've hit an enemy recently, which you always will. And you've got Tailwind if you've hit it. Oh. These boots. These boots, Jen. These boots. These boots, my dude. These should not be called Hate Pace, the two-tone boots. These should just be called These Boots, my dude. That's what they should be called. You have Tailwind if you have crit recently, and then you cannot be frozen. Yeah, those are some sick boots. This is an approved stream for underage people, so I won't say what I think of those boots, but those boots are really, really good. Man, there are some expletives that I could use to describe those boots, because that's how good they are. Your amulet allocates Whispers of Doom. That is not cheap, but it makes sense because you want an additional curse, because you've got 2 curses on hit on your gloves, so I approve. Then you've got flat physical damage to attacks, global crit strike multi, maximum mana. That's a bit of a bummer. But other than that, you've got all to elemental resistances, and then +2 to maximum chance to block attack damage. That's nice. And then crafted life. That's a good amulet. Ideally, if you could swap the mana and the life, that would be ideal. But other than that, that's a good amulet. Your rings, a steel ring with strength and intelligence, and then crafted life. Oof, and then it's got energy shield on there. Yeah, if you could upgrade, I would upgrade these. It's good that it's got crit strike on there. It's got fizz. Like, it's got all the stats that you want except for the energy shield and then the crafted life. The life's not going to be that big of a difference. I believe crafted life on rings only goes up to like 55, whereas I believe naturally rolled tier 1 life goes up to like 79 or 80. And then once you start using catalysts on it, it goes up from there. So Death Whirl, the ruby ring. This is giving you fire resistance. It's giving you -8 to total cost of skills. That makes sense. Then it's giving you light radius. And then it's giving you crafted fizz. Okay. I get it. It's a ring that you needed the -8. But really? Oh, that's... yeah. That's rough. All right, let's move on to the belt. Your belt is the Loath Clasp Heavy Belt. This is giving you flat life, increased percentage life, so it's an Elder Belt, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that can just roll on regular belts now. It's giving you cold and lightning resistance, and then you've crafted on fire. That's a good belt, but one thing you could do to upgrade that would be to go Stygian Vise. Then again, Stygian Vise with percent increased life on them are incredibly expensive. You could increase the maximum life on that, but then you're going to have to end up sacrificing your elemental resistances. What are your elemental resistances at, by the way? Yeah, you're 76, 76, 76, -60 chaos. So you might actually want to swap that belt out. I don't know. My guess would be at this point, the thing you're dying to is chaos resistance, if you're dying at all. That would be my guess. Is chaos resistance or just massive hits, massive one-shots? Because your life pool is only 5,500. So I might want to actually grab a better flat life roll and flat strength on a belt. That's one thing you could do. For flasks, you've got a concentrated eternal flask of staunching, immunity to bleed, good. You've got the cinder swallow, good. You've got lion's roar, good. It's perfect. You clearly watched yesterday's video. Experimenter's diamond flask of warding, good. Removes curses, critical strike chance, good. Avenger's quicksilver. I'm just not a big believer in the whole quicksilver thing for playing Cyclone. I would much rather go with the Basalt Flask in combination with Lion's Roar, but that's just me. Again, I'm not the speediest player in the world. If you want to go fast, then obviously Quicksilver of Adrenaline is the fastest way to go. All right, you've got Tempered Flesh. which is giving you +7 to crit strike multi per strength on unallocated passives in radius. That's a whole bunch of crit that you are getting off of there. And then you've got the Rapture Shrine Crimson Jewel, which is global crit strike multi to one-handed melee weapons, melee crit strike multi, and then flat armor. That's a really good jewel. By the way, anybody that wants to look at a jewel and say, huh, how would I know if a jewel's expensive? Generally, if a jewel gives you 3 stats that will all help the build, or more. 3 is kind of the magic number. If you can get 3 stats that will be helpful to a build, then it's probably going to be worth selling. That's just a thing. This socket is probably where your Timeless Jewel is going, so I'm not going to even ask about that. Watcher's Eye, you are getting 1.31% of fire damage leached as life while affected by anger, and then 12% chance to deal double damage while using Pride. So this is another thing you can do. You can just save up and go for the double Pride. Watcher's Eye, those are ridiculously expensive. Let's go take a look. How expensive are double Pride Watcher's Eyes? Probably way too dang expensive. Pride. Increased, is this it? Double damage, and then is it increased while using Pride? Increased attack damage? Oh, you could do the Intimidate with Pride as well. Okay, 45x or a mirror, so that's that one. What's the other one that we can use for Pride? Chance to Impale. I don't think Chance to Impale is probably that desirable, actually. Maybe it is. What about Intimidate? Oh, that one's not that desirable. Wow, that one's only 12x. I should go out and snipe that one. It doesn't matter now. I've already shown it on stream. One of you have already bought it up. What else? Impales, you inflict less than additional hits. Yeah, that's actually a really good one too. That's Master of Metal built in. Yeah, 200x. Yep. Yeah, take a look at that. That looks good. Oh, somebody corrupted this? Oh, it's got 40% to crit strike multi while affected by precision. It's worth 4 mirrors. You betcha it's worth 4 mirrors. Oh my goodness. Is this one triple? This is chance to deal double damage, chance to impale, and then it impales you inflict. Okay, yeah, I can see why. I can see why those are so expensive. Super expensive. Alright, what else? Let's come take a look at your tree. What is up with you people and not taking Volpact? Why does nobody like Volpact anymore? What's your life leech right now? 1,000? I guess that's 1/5 of your life. Man, I just... 298 life regen per second. I think that's low. You guys might not like it. Yeah, I don't like relying on life regen. When I've got a build that can leech, I like to leech. What'd you do for your ascendancies here? You went for impact because you needed the accuracy, makes sense, and then melee and unarmed attack range, and then increased area of effect, and you deal up to 15% more damage to enemies based on proximity, makes sense. You also went Overwhelm, which gives you a base critical strike chance for weapons to 7.5, which is really nice considering you're adding on top of that. And then, where is it? Headsman, and then Bane of Legends. Okay, so you've got the improved cull, so that way you can just go in there and instantly kill stuff. That's good. I like that. I'm a big fan of improved cull. In a boss killing league, yeah. Having cull is fantastic. Okay, the other thing that I don't like about duelist trees at the moment is the unfortunate reality that they have to choose like which side they're going to go to, and you just have to spend a gazillion points to get to the opposite ends of the tree that you want to be at. Which is really quite a bit of a bummer. You have to spend so many points to travel. Because, like, look at this. You got to spend points to travel up here to come to grab Born to Fight. Like, that's, 4 or 5 passives to get over here to this left side. If you want to come up here and grab the Silent Life Wheel, then it's like 6 or 7 points to get up here. If you want to come over here and grab Fatal Blade and grab Heartseeker, then you got to come over here. That's like 11 points over here. Honed Edge. Okay, that's interesting. It's a good flat amount of damage. It's not the best. What is that, 7%? 7% of your damage is right here with 3 nodes that you're already right next to. Yeah, that's not bad. Are you Brutality? Are you using Brutality? Yes, you are. Okay. I was going to say go for the elemental stuff if you're not. But yeah, you're using Brutality. I like this setup, by the way. This is one of my favorite setups for Cyclone, is going with the Infused Channeling and an Impale. It's very, very nice. Yeah, I like this tree. There's one thing that I would do here or there. So 1, I would grab Volpact. 2, I would probably reel it in over here on the left side of the tree just a little bit, just to fill out some more life. Like, if you come in and you fill in 1, 2, 3 more of these, get up to 5,800 life. Man, it's going to be tough for you to get to 600 life, isn't it? Or 6k life with your chess piece only giving you 83 life. But you're probably whipping through content right now at the moment. Probably the biggest scary things for you are going to be bosses. But your damage is so sick. Should be okay. Juggernaut's a good one to take. What's your armor at? Armor's at 6,292, and I believe I saw a Vol Molten Shell on here, right? Yeah. Yep, there we go. Vol Molten Shell with a cast when damage taken, increased duration. Yeah, I like this. You've already got the Impale nodes. I like this node over here for Gladiator's Perseverance as another option. If you don't want to come down here, right? If you don't want to take all this stuff, let's say you put these points over here, and let's just get rid of this stuff. What is this? This is accuracy while dual wielding. What's your accuracy rating at right now? Chance to hit. Where is it? Hit chance 100%. If we take this away, hit chance is still 100%. Why is our hit chance 100%? What am I doing wrong here? I'll let somebody else figure that out. If we get rid of the Twin Terrors, okay, which is going to give us some crit strike chance. If we take this all away and we come over here, what are we at now? A bunch more points. We just saved a whole bunch more points because we're at level 93, so we only should have 7 points left. So we should be at like what, 116? So we've got 6 more points that we can spend, and we've already spent some points up here. We could come and grab some stuff over here if we want more damage, and that gives us more damage as leeching. Again, if we want to grab Volpact. This is just the way how I personally would do it. What else? Look at that life leech. Your life leech doubled, my man. Your life leech doubled. It feels so much better. I know you don't have any regen, but your life leech doubled. And you still have, what, 2 more passive points? For 2 more passive points, I might see if you can come up and grab Barbarism. Or, shoot, you could even fill out this life wheel. That puts you at 599. That's not bad. And we still don't know what this jewel socket does. And again, I'm not worried about timeless jewels at this point, but that jewel socket might be a timeless jewel. That might be quite good. It might give him quite a bit of HP in there. I don't know. I would probably doubt it, but that's what I would do. It would make you a little bit more tanky, and it would give you a little bit more leech. That'll feel better. It'll feel like you're leeching a bit more. If you could come up and grab Barbarism, that would be pretty cool too, because what is that? That puts you up over 6,100, but also gives you another fire resist. Then again, there's not that much fire, actually, this league. This league, I'm trying to think. Incursion, there was a lot of fire damage. Yeah, I don't actually think there's that much fire damage this league, so maybe you don't go that way. Maybe you really don't need that additional 1%. So that's what I would do for your tree. Okay, let's move on. Next one. We spent way too long on both of these. Next one. Who's up next? Kirby's. Kirby is a zombie necro player. Oh, speak to me, Kirby. Somebody speaking my language. All these melee players. Alright, let's get Kirby, and Kirby's character name is... Oh my goodness, how do you even say that? Account name is incorrect. Kirby, I can't get to you. Maybe it's the wrong way. Maybe I did it backwards. No, Kirby! It's one of those difficult names that I can't do with the, what do you call it? Non-ASC2 characters. Kirby, you're going to have to send me your profile, dude. My dude, send me your profile. We can look at it some other way. Alright, Erez. A spicy vengeance build. I'm really bummed because Kirby, that was going to be a Necro. We would have been able to commiserate appropriately. Alright, let's import Erez's build. Let's take a look. Oh, look, another duelist. Man, what is up with all the duelists? There's so many duelists in our chat channel today. Everybody wants to play duelist. What is the deal with that? That's amazing. Okay. This is a vengeance build. Okay. I just got to tell you, dude, I've never played a vengeance build. I don't know if I'm going to be able to give you any help, but we'll take a look. A vengeance build. Okay, so here's our vengeance. It is on a 5 link. This one, I'm like, this is absolutely required for me to go and see. Vengeance. Is anybody using vengeance? All right, there's 0.1% of players are using it. There's some slayers. There's some chieftains. Apparently 50% of players who are using vengeance who are level 97 and above are necros. All right. There we go. Let's give it a shot. Vengeance, elemental damage with attacks, melee physical damage, concentrated effect, and pulverize. Pulverize probably for the AoE, right? Yeah, because we've got conk effect, so that makes it a little bit smaller. You went with Alira for your bandit. You're using Vol Cyclone. All these Cycloners, man. Everybody just plays Cyclone. Okay, let's take a look at your items. Void Forge. All right, it's a Void Forge build. All right, that makes sense. Sort of. So we're using Void Forge, and then we're using an Abyssus. The Abyssus is because we actually, in these scenarios, we actually want to take increased damage taken, right? Because that's going to help us actually proc Vengeance. I believe that's the way that works. Then you're using Shroud of the Lightless. Okay. That's got +2 to level of socketed projectile gems. What do you have crafted into this Shroud? Why wouldn't you be using a projectile-based build? Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing the world right now. I'm missing everything. Cyclone is how I proc my vengeance. I have to use Cyclone. I know. It's nothing against you. It's just in general. So many people play Cyclone. It's head spinning, pun intended. I really wish there were more than just Cyclone available for players to enjoy and feel good about when they're playing melee. Because Cyclone right now, it's just top of the pile. You can do pretty much anything that you want with it. Alright, so Shroud of the Lightless. Our Abyssal is a Murderous Eye with flat life, cold damage, lightning damage. Gloves. Your gloves could definitely use some improvement. Well, they've got int on them, so you're going to need that int because you're using a lot of blue gems. 22% of physical damage converted to cold damage. Okay, that's interesting. Boots are the Chimeric March. So, chat, what are we asking people about their boots today? If we see rare boots, we are asking if they have Tailwind. I see 15% increased move speed. I see fire and cold resist. I see strength and life. And I don't see any Tailwind. So you probably could use some Tailwind. That's just a thing, if you wanted to add that. Eye of Innocence. Take 100 fire damage when you ignite an enemy. 2% of fire damage leeches life while ignited. And then you get 50% increased attack damage. Okay. Okay, so you're procking. Again, this is a part of your proc setup. Okay. I think I see what you're doing here. Alright, here's your Armageddon turn, the 2-stone ring with life and then Assassin's Mark on hit. Alright, nice. A Mark of the Elder Ring, which is giving you cannot be stunned by attacks if your other ring is an Elder item. Is this Elder? No, it's Shaper. Okay, so you get increased attack damage. And then you're getting increased life, increased energy shield, which we don't really care about. Right, what's your ES? Yeah, your ES is 427. We don't care about that. Adds cold damage to attacks. Okay. Your belt is a Stygian Vise with flat armor, life, cold resistance, elemental damage with attack skills, which I would assume that would have to be, that's like a must-be for this build. It's actually a pretty interesting build, my man. Lightning and chaos resistance, I like that on your belt, although I might take it off the lightning if you could and just go straight chaos and get a better roll on that for your chaos resistance. Your Abyssal is flat life, physical, and then gain 4% of physical damage as extra fire. Nice. Your flasks are saturated life of curing. Okay, so immunity to poison. Basalt Flask. Hey, this is the first build we've looked at today that actually uses like one of the best physical reduction flasks in the game. That's great. Diamond Flask of Heat. Nice. Cinder Swallow. And then Lion's Roar. Very nice. So you're not dying from physical damage, but you are probably dying from chaos damage, would be my guess. If you're interacting with content that does, you know, actually anything. Yeah, Tailwind requires crit, but it's not that difficult to crit every 4 seconds in this game. When you attack as fast as so many people are attacking, his attack rate is 2.26, so that's not that fast, but his crit chance is 58%. You're going to crit. If you invest in some Tailwind boots, you're going to crit. You're going to feel it. It's going to increase all your attack speed, your move speed, everything. It's great. All right, your Phoenix Scratch Crimson Jewel gives you melee damage, increased damage with swords, increased life, and then some fire and lightning resist. Okay. And you've got Transcendent Flesh. Okay. And Socket 3 is Life, Crit Strike Multi, Knockback Chance to enemies on hit, and then increased damage with two-handed weapons. Okay, that's a good jewel. That's another really, really good jewel. Yeah, it looks good. All right, let's take a look at your tree. You are going Slayer. So you're going Impact, which again gives us the weapon and unarmed attack range here. You're going Overwhelm, so that way we've got a little bit better base crit chance. Then you're going Endless Hunger, so that way we leech, and Brutal Fervor. Let's see if you go Vol Pact or not. Let's see if you go. You literally go right by it. Oh man, it's right there. I know it's not as OP as what it used to be, but folks, it still doubles your life leech. Like you're at 549 right now, which is basically nothing. I don't know. Maybe there's a unique interaction that you're aware of with Vengeance where you don't want to be leeching, where that's actually bad, but I don't know. All right, you can gain endurance and frenzy charges while channeling. That's pretty good. That's a nice little way to generate your frenzy charges. And look, something that I really like about your build, you're not committed to being over here on the far right-hand side of the tree. That's great. But instead, you come up here and go into the Templar tree. But actually, this makes sense. You're an elemental build. This entire wheel of elemental damage is just so much damage in the Templar tree. That makes sense. Okay. I like this build. Couple of things maybe that you can improve. Nope, you come over, you grab Barbarism. Nope, you grab Soul of Steel. What do you allocate on your amulet? Oh, you haven't. Duh. What would you want to allocate on your amulet in a perfect world? I don't even know. It's a Vengeance build. I legitimately have no idea what you would want to... I guess at this point you just want to scale up elemental damage, right? So any node that would give you a whole bunch of elemental damage. If you're scaling up endurance charges, what are your maximum endurance charges right now? Because depending on your endurance charges and your frenzy charges that you're generating, yeah, you're getting an additional one here. You're getting an additional one here, so that's two. That's 2 endurance charges that you're getting. That's 3. So you're up to 6 endurance charges. Yeah, that's interesting. With that many endurance charges, you're probably you're over fizz damage capped. Which is really nice. This is actually an interesting build. I wonder how this build would actually play as a Juggernaut. That's the only thing, as soon as I started looking at your charges, and I was like, huh, let's start counting up those endurance charges. I wonder what it would feel like and how it would play on as a Juggernaut. Probably a considerable less amount of damage because we would lose the crit from where is it? From Overwhelm. That's a considerable amount of DPS right there. It's almost 40,000 DPS right there. 16% of our damage is from that. So that would be interesting. But yeah, interesting build. Interesting build. He says, I anoint the right side blade crit node. Okay, there you go. I like it. A Vengeance build. If anybody actually wants to play a Vengeance build. All right. We've got time, I think, for 1 or 2 more builds, so let's take a look at which one's next. Let's take a look at Xenos. Xenos was the next one that was queued up. If we don't get to your build today, I'm so sorry. Hopefully, I'm hoping to stream later on again in the league, or not in the league, in the week. So hopefully going to stream again tomorrow. Character name is Mac Train, so let's take a look for Mac Train. Level 90 champion. What is up with all of you duelists? You know what? You know how I'm going to interpret this? I'm going to choose to interpret this as so many of you who are playing duelists are having a wonderful time but you're looking at your builds and you're like, hey, I wonder if I could improve it at all because of the challenging difficulty. And so I'm going to say that we right here in G3 have got one of the most dedicated communities to playing Melee, because all of you have sent me a bunch of, of Melee builds at this point in time. Okay, we've got another Vengeance set up. So this is Vengeance, Curse on Hit, Vulnerability. We've got Shield Charge on our 6th link with Impale, Faster Attacks, Melee Physical, Pulverize, and Fortify. This is a level 90 duelist. Alright, and we are using Shield Charge as our main skill. Is this an Auto Bomber? Herald of Ash, Dread Banner, Hell of Purity, Vol Molten Shell. Yeah, this is kind of like an Auto Bomber that just runs around. Do you have like a weapon swap setup that you swap to? This is a Vengeance Shield Charge. Bill. Oh, this is amazing. I'm fascinated. I'm utterly fascinated. Look at this tree. Hey, this tree actually looks a lot tighter than the other couple of duelists that we've looked at. The other couple of duelists have been over here on the right-hand side or going up into the Templar. Again, those decisions make sense. But it's always interesting to see when you're able to get a build that really tightly is compacted. You don't have to spend as many passive points traveling to get to the nodes that you need, which is really nice. Alright, so let's take a look at your Ascendancy first. You're grabbing Master Metal because you want to impale stuff. Okay, makes sense. You've got Unstoppable Hero. I guess you don't want to have to come down and grab Fortitude because you're just going to shield charge into anything anyway and get Fortify. So it's one of your 6 links. That right there is one thing I could see right off the bat, though. If you're using shield charge and you have to use Fortify, like you could be using Brutality here. If you're just going physical damage and just scaling physical damage, then you could go Brutality here and put 2 points over here. That's an option. You also went Conqueror, which is taunt to hit, which is nice. Then you also went Worthy Foe, which is enemies taunted by you cannot evade, and enemies taunted by you take increased damage, which is a more multiplier, which is great. It's a lot of damage that you actually don't get to see in POB, but that's a significant boost to your damage. All right, over here you've got Command of Steel, which is increased attack damage while holding a shield. You just took all the shield nodes, didn't you? I'm going to look this up. Yeah, you just you just put shield into POB and we're like, all right, what can I do with shields? Is there a shield node on the bottom half of the tree? I'm going to take it. I like it. I like it. You could come up here and fill out the Scion life tree. Again, your life total is only 5,300. I'm picking apart your tree before I'm picking apart your items here. Forceful Skewering. Enemies you impale have -10. 15% chance to impale on hit. Yeah, 5% increased impale attacks. You're probably traveling to that, right? Probably traveling to that. Taco Mage says Elementalist is best melee character. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think you would want to grab Forceful Skewering here. I would think. I could be wrong. But I would think that's probably what you're headed towards. You've also got, what, 1-2 endurance charges that you've built up, which, of course, I believe that plays back into the whole Vengeance thing, right? Of course, we look at 2 Vengeance builds in a row. Like, what are we doing? All right, let's go look at our weapons. Soul Taker. Soul Taker, we're using that because your physical damage can chill and insufficient mana doesn't prevent your melee attacks. Okay, so we don't have to care about mana. That's nice. And it's got pretty decent attack speed. It's not fantastic, but it's decent. Then we've got our second weapon is our Tower Shield, which is 2,800 armor. That's nothing to sneeze at. You've got plus 3% chance to block. You've got no life on this thing. But you do have crafted 4% chance to deal double damage. Okay. This is an interesting build. A genuinely... You guys have really shocked me today. You guys have just blown the lid off of everything. You guys have genuinely shocked me today with all these weird builds. It's great. Anybody that says, oh, PoE's at a terrible spot and the meta is crap, you guys are proving there's lots of options out there to be playing. So here's your body armor. It is an Astral Plate, so you're getting elemental resistances, you're getting flat life, and then you're getting some percent crafted on. I like that you got Chaos Resistance on here, but I would right away say this chest piece could definitely be upgraded. Your Chaos Resistance looks fantastic, but that chest piece, if you go for a body armor that's also giving you percent chest piece, like if we go in here, where is it? What is this called? Corpse Veil? Can I add a mod? Where's the percentage life? source, I believe it's a prefix, right? Or no, is it a suffix? Is percent life suffix? It might be. Let's try it. Here's strength. Oh, is it an Elder mod? It's not even on here. That's probably what it is. What if I do custom? And percent increased maximum life. It's not going to like that, is it? Yeah. It's not going to like that. Alright. Point being, if you go into your Corpse Veil Astroplate and you get one that's got over 100 life on it, and then let's even say it's got a crappy roll on it, it's going to be better than this crafted life. That's my point, right? So if you get 11% or something, that's another 3% life. It's going to be a significant amount of life if you're able to do that. So that's one thing that I would do to increase on this Astroplate. If you're not going to go for one of those ridiculous crit scaling or base crit scaling Astroplates, or if you're not going to go for one of those ridiculously scaling percentage of enemies killed explode. If you're not going to go for either of those, that would be an option. You've got gloves right here that are fire and cold, lightning resist, so triple resists on your gloves, and then crafted life. Boots are Combs Roots. I was wondering why you weren't going unwavering stance, but that makes sense. Then you've got Amulet is your Carnage Heart, which is nice, so that's where you're getting some of your life leech from. Your ring is going to be an Essence Worm. What are you socketing in there? You socketing your Pride in there? Yeah, you're socketing Pride. Okay, that makes sense. Then we're coming over for a second ring, which is a Vermilion ring. That's good. It's giving us percentage life. It's also giving us Chaos, Lightning, Fire, and Chaos again with flat to cold damage. If you could get one that's flat to physical, that would be better. But again, I get it. I'm a fan of going Brutality whenever you are stacking Impale, right? Because Impale is the mechanism that you are scaling up your damage, so if you can go physical rather than cold, that's going to be better. Alright, your Stygian Vise is 42 to strength, 50 to life, 29 to max life, 30 to chaos resistance, 15 to fire and chaos. Okay. So this is another area where you could dump some currency into, just to get some more flat life or percentage life, but it's already a Stygian Vise with some pretty healthy rolls on it, so I like it. But that's why you're not at 6k life right now. Life on our Searching Ajul makes sense. Our flasks are immunity to bleeding, Blood of the Karui, which is great. I cannot believe more people don't want to use this flask this league. I'm really shocked with how good this flask is and how cheap and affordable this flask is this league. I'm really pleased with that. You've got a Sacred Hybrid Flask of Warding. Flask effect is not removed at full mana. Okay, that's nice. Basalt Flask, nice. Glad somebody else is using one. And Rumi's Concoction for the flat armor. Okay. You may want to go Lion's Roar if you want more damage rather than Rumi's, but that's up to you. If you're just looking to block, right? Block and proc a whole bunch of Vengeances. Then in your sockets, you've got increased maximum life with attack speed. We've got increased attack damage while holding a shield. Okay. Physical damage. Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted on you. That's why you're using that. And then socket 3 is increased life, chaos, and cold. Okay, this is an interesting build. I would prioritize in the following way: get an upgrade on your chest piece. I know that's no small task, but get an increase on your chest piece, and then again, I'm shocked that you're using shield charge as your main way of getting around. I would swap out Fortify. I would put in Brutality. Maybe put like Fortify on Leap Slam, and every couple of packs you swap between Shield Charge and Leap Slam. I don't know what the style of content that you are farming is, right? If the style of content that you're farming is just like, if you're just running strand maps all day or running like Breachheads all day and you're just going in straight lines, then Shield Charge is obviously going to be best. Your attack rate's quite good. You're going to be traveling around very, very quickly, which that's good. Your block chance is 51%, so that's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, enough looking at builds. Enough looking at builds for the moment. I'm actually going to boot up the game and play some PoE. Whew, that was a fun hour. We did it for a whole hour. Wow. We took a look at your guys' builds. I didn't quite go insane, but some of you made me want to go insane. Everybody, if you already dumped your build in, I've got a queue already built up. So maybe we'll take a look at some more builds here in a little bit. Whew! That was surprisingly tiring. And did that not tire you guys out? I was like, whew, some of those builds were like, ah. Yeah, Taco, you did it, man. We successfully weirded out the stream. I mean, it is now officially weirded out. Like, I think that was, what, 4 out of 5 builds were duelists, and the one that wasn't a duelist was elementalist? Like, okay. Alright. Apparently, according to our streaming community, the meta right now in Metamorph is play duelist. Apparently, that's the meta. Okay. Interesting. Tarkin says, can anyone help me out with Cirrus? I'm getting one shot. I can help you out, Tarkin. Send me an invite, buddy. We'll see if we can't come in here and wreck your Tarkin. Just send me an invite once I actually load into the game. I don't know. Maybe doing Cirrus actually would crash the stream. That would be kind of funny. Or it would be terrible. Funny or terrible. Whew. Maybe the patch at some point is actually going to fix the Cirrus lag. Let's actually take a look at these patch notes. 3.9.2 each patch notes. Have you guys ever been around for when we do a live reading of the patch notes? It's really fun. I get super excited, especially when it's new patch notes. Alright, so I'm going to put on my super excited face because I have not seen these patch notes yet, and I'm going to hope that one of them says that we are fixing the lag that comes with playing minion builds during the 3rd phase of Cirrus. Otherwise, you're going to watch me go die to like a tier 1 Cirrus. This week, we've prepared another patch with further improvements to Path of Exile as well as some bug fixes. We're planning to deploy the 3.9.2e update within the next few days. In the meantime, check out its patch notes below. Please note that they might have changed prior to release. So first off, you can now spawn Atlas influence in a region that has already spawned that same influence in the previous cycle. What? That's pretty cool. Added a notification when completing an awakening objective. Nice. Very nice. Blight monsters that are following a blight path no longer aggro to players when they are damaged. Hey, that's quite nice. Added an information hover to the Atlas inventory. Fun. Added reminder text to the supported skills throw up to a 4 additional mind stat on minefield support. The behavior of skills supported by minefield is unchanged. They always say it's unchanged and then it ends up being changed. Beware of that. The currency type drop-down is now ordered alphabetically when pricing an item in the public stash tab. What? What? Remove the guild stash from Tane's laboratory? Why? Was that the source of the guild stash duping problem? Updated various error messages to indicate that items with catalyst quality or the new influence types cannot be split using the bestiary recipe. Okay. The blood paths outside of Brutus Arena have been restored. Adjusted the position of Acid Cavern Citadel so that it wasn't partially hidden by UI elements. Fixed various cases where the Immortal Syndicate warning would appear when it shouldn't. Fixed another bug where extremely strong ignites sometimes dealt no damage. Fixed a bug that allowed players to get stuck in the menagerie cages. Fixed a bug where declining the save option when changing your item filter caused the most recently selected item filter to be used. Fixed a visual bug where distortion effects appeared around thrown dynamite. Fixed a client crash that could occur when Frostbomb was cast by a monster on top of a mine with the Void Emperor mine effect. Microtransaction applied to it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Whew. That's quite interesting. Grolich says, now it's time to play POE in its own vengeance build against you. Yeah, for real. JNKZ says, yo, dude, love your vids. I was fiddling with making a Lightning Strike character Inquisitor using Molnar plus Arc for more damage. Do you think that could work? Or drop Molnar and go for some other Ascendancy? Hey, you just missed Taco Mage. You just missed Taco Mage. JNKZ, go ahead and timestamp it, whatever. It was about 40 minutes ago that we were actually looking at a Lightning Strike build that's an Elementalist. So make sure you bookmark the build or bookmark timestamp this particular video and then go back whenever the VOD gets uploaded, because I upload VODs right away as soon as the stream is done. So it should be up within a few hours. And then you can go back and actually take a look at his POB, which is quite interesting. I will do my best to link everyone's POBs that we looked at today in the video description after the stream goes down. Alright, there we go. So we've got our Kingmaker, we've got our zombies, we've got our... What do we got? We got our Golem, we got our Spectres. Is there anything else that I'm missing? I think we are good to go. I actually get to play Path of Exile now. Woohoo! Okay, Tarkin, if you still need a kill, buddy, hit me up. Feel free to hit me up. If you need a... I don't care what level it is, I'm happy to come waste all of your portals. So I'm good at wasting people's portals. Alright, so I went out earlier today and I went out and bought a whole bunch of Beachhead maps. So we're going to run some Beachhead maps. I'd really like to push this to get over 1500 ES. But I think I've already like divined everything up basically perfectly. I've already divined all these. These are 23, that's 23. That's 23. That's 22. So if I could divine that one up a bit, that would be more strength. Is there any... Oh man, this is intelligence. I don't need that intelligence. I need strength right there. Is this one? Yeah, that one's 23. So I've got 4 efficient trainings, and then how many bronze do I have? I don't know, but they're all max. They're all max strength bronze. This is another one. This is another one. Is there one more bronze? 1, 2, 3. Is this a bronze? Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 bronze. 4 bronze. I don't think I'm going to get another one. Not for another couple of levels. Hey, I love that. Other people in chat are helping other people in chat. That's great. I like to see that. Lucas says, thanks for looking at my Impaling Shield build. Oh, it's my pleasure, dude. That was actually a genuinely unique build. Never seen it before. So... Always fun to see that. Alright, so let's run some Beachheads, see what kind of drops we can get. We'll see how slow we can run these Beachheads, right? Run them at the slowest possible rate. I really would like to get to 15k ES. I think that would be a fun number.
It is not the strongest of the species that
Getting to 16k was like the goal for my league. If I could get to 16k, I don't think that'll happen. I could go out and buy like a just like a straight up, what do you call it, level 21 discipline. That would probably do it. It would probably get me to 15. Most likely it would not get me to 16 though. I think I just need straight up more strength if I'm going to get to 16, if that's ever going to happen. Which the answer is it probably won't happen. But that's fine. I can live with that. I can live with a nearly 15k ES character. And no, I'm not using Cyclone. I'm using Shield Charge as well. So there you go. Shield Charge bros unite. I am not presently using the Cyclone Spirit Offering setup, which a lot of people are using and having great success with. I'm not critiquing it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm not using it. I'm using Shield Charge. I was using it earlier in the league. You can actually go back and look at previous streams. I did use it previously. So I'm not above saying that I won't use Cyclone. I'll use Cyclone. I'm not opposed to using Cyclone. I'm just opposed to Cyclone, or really any one skill being so dominant in a particular design space that any other skill just feels bad by comparison. Like Cyclone, let me put... I'll throw it out to you guys this way, okay? I'll throw it out this way. One of the reasons why I feel the way I feel presently about Cyclone is the same reason as why people used to feel the way that they felt about Summoners. I feel that Cyclone is a jack-of-all-trades sort of skill right now that provides a level of diversity that is good overall for the game when there are multiple skills that can provide a jack-of-all-trades sort of approach. But when one skill takes over that particular niche or that particular market space for builds or for concepts, then I feel like that is actually a bad thing for builds. and for the game in general. I feel like having diversity and having the ability to use a skill to do a whole lot of different things is really, really good for creativity and for keeping player retention. I feel like when one particular skill just outshines all the rest, not necessarily as fun. Not necessarily as good for the game. Doesn't mean the game still isn't at a spot where it's been better than ever, because it is. It really is great at the moment. PoE is at a top tier stage right now. We'll see if my computer crashes when I kill Harbingers while I stream. I wonder if that'll happen, because oftentimes my computer does not like doing beachheads. Whew, I did 3k damage. Yikes. K. Polklatar says, hey, why do people like to run beachheads? So there's a lot of different reasons for why people like to run beachheads. And the reasons vary, right? The reasons vary depending on the player. So one reason why some players like to do beachheads is because they're relatively safe. And of course, as I say this, I'm probably going to die. But they're relatively safe, right? It's really, really tough for you to lose XP in a beachhead. So it's relatively safe for XP for players who are pushing high into top tier, XP gains amounts for their character. You want safe content that you can run, that you can know your character's not going to die doing. So that's one reason why players like to run beachheads, is because it's safe for relatively good XP. A second reason why they're so popular is because they do drop ancient shards. So you said it took you a while to run the beachhead because you had to pick up all the shards. Well, a lot of players will simply hide a whole bunch of shards from their inventory or from their loot filter, so they don't have to pick up all of the shards, but rather they just pick up the most valuable shards. And so you'll see that on my loot filter. I'll show you what it looks like with everything exposed, and then I'll show you what it looks like with just the top tier stuff that I've got now set on my loot filter. And you can see that the amount of stuff that I'm picking up is, well, it's nothing in compared to what a lot of players will pick up. Early on in a league, you might want to pick up a whole bunch of stuff that'll drop from a beachhead, whereas nowadays, at least for my build, I'm just picking up basically maps and occasionally, an exalted shard or an ancient shard. But other than that, that's basically all I'm picking up. I don't think a zombie has died yet. That's great. I haven't died yet. That's even better. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
We are rich, sire. Rich.
All right. So this is what the drops look like with my present loot filter. Right. This is what they look like right now. If I expose everything, this is what it looks like. Right. It's a lot more stuff to pick up. Right. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Right. But I don't care about all that other stuff. I'm just going to pick up the stuff that's showing up on my loot filter because that's what I want. I don't even want cartographer's chisels. I shouldn't have those on there. And I probably should adjust it so that way horizons are on, but I don't. Anything else that I want in here? See, I don't think I want any of this stuff. That's why I have it all hidden. So whatever. I don't care. Let's keep moving. Some players like to pick up every single last bit of currency that they find. Some players have a hard time moving past currency, knowing that it dropped and it could make them currency. I find, though, that generally the more currency I have, the less time I want to spend picking up currency, right? Because I'm making currency through other ways than just through actually picking up what actually drops. Most of the ways that I make currency in Path of Exile, I detail and share on our YouTube channel by flipping, by trading, by looking for various deals that I can actually make currency on consistently. There's a lot of different ways and a lot of different methods that I use, but picking up raw currency drops often, for me, is not the fastest way to play because it requires a lot of time in-game to actually kill monsters and to have those monsters drop things of value. And a lot of the time, I'm not killing monsters. A lot of the time, I'm just sitting answering emails for my work, and so I'm just really trading. So it's a very specific, unique play style that I use to make currency because it works for me. Because I get to play a lot of the time while I'm at work. And by play, I mean sit inside my hideout and make trades. I don't necessarily get to be as active in the game killing monsters. There's a lot of other players who get to do that. So everybody kind of fulfills and puts out their own strategies and their own ways to make currency that works best for them. That's a couple of the reasons why players like to run beachheads. Hopefully that makes some sorts of sense. JNKZ says, I swapped out Cyclone out of my build for Lacerate. Just because I didn't have fun playing Cyclone? Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Kirky said all the things that I just said over 10 minutes, but he said it in a lot more succinct way. XP and loot. That's why people are playing Beachheads. It's either for the XP or it's for the loot. It's not for the XP because the XP is the greatest, it's because the XP is very safe. So you could get more XP while you're delving, but you also have a lot more chance of dying. Increased attack and cast speed. That's lame. What is this? Hinder? I'm being hindered. How rude. Alright, this is a peninsula up here, yeah? Did I miss this peninsula? No? No, I just missed this little area. There's not a harbinger over here. Let's keep moving. Let's move along, little people. OTB says, if you're talking to me... Oh, on Discord, okay. Haven't joined the Discord, so we'll have to do that. I'm in SSF, so I can't try it myself at the moment. There you go. Well, you are more than welcome to join the Discord, my man. Regardless if you're SSF or Trade League. We love to have different perspectives on builds, on items, on the meta, on how to play the game. 100% increased buff effect granted by your ice golems with max life, cold resistance. Okay. Maybe we can throw that into like a 10C tab. Maybe it'll sell. Maybe some elementalist will come along who's actually playing a Golemancer this league. Ha ha. Are there any Golemancers this league? I don't know. Yeah, Herald of Agony rings. Those are good. Herald of Agony. Another great skill. I love me some Herald of Agony. Alright, where is this Harbinger? Sometimes he hangs out. Yep, over here in the corner. Sometimes. Sometimes he hangs out up on the ledge, like over here, which is really obnoxious. Had one of those the other day. Hey, a 6-socket. Woohoo! Alright, I gotta come up and do the top of the ledge that's over here. I suppose I could get rid of this amethyst flask, huh? Or what is this? Bismuth. There we go. Not amethyst. I'm CI. If I'm using an amethyst flask, something is wrong with me in the brain. Somebody call 911 if I'm using an amethyst flask and I'm CI. I have literally had a stroke at that point. Alright, did we get all the Harbingers? I think we did. Is there one out here? In the ocean, somewhere hiding? I think we got all the Harbingers. Yeah, we got one that was over here. Alright, next Harbinger map. Michael says, when does Metamorph League end? I believe it's like March 2nd. Looking on the calendar, March 2nd, and then March 6th would be the first Friday. So I want to say we're about a month away. It's probably about a month away. Most likely what we're looking at. Let's drop this in here. Oh, there's no room. There's no room in all of these dump tabs. I got too much stuff. Where's Einhar? Einhar, let's sell this junk. Alright, let's grab another beachhead and go. Beachhead and away. So what was that? That was about 8%? So what's 8% into 100? 8 goes into 100... I don't know. 15 times? 100 divided by 8? 12.5. Okay, so in 12 maps we should get a level. Ish. Right? 12.5 maps? Depending on the XP. Taco Mage says, also worth noting RE Beachhead. If you aren't about running them yourself, they show up every so often on Metamorphs and they're always worth picking. They sell really well. Yeah, that's very true. Each of these Beachheads that I bought that are tier 15s, each of these, I got these each for 74 chaos. And I bought 22 of them. It's pretty good XP. I, however, don't like to run them in groups when I'm streaming because I don't want to crash. That's legitimately the reason why I don't run things in groups when I'm streaming. My machine just can't take it anymore. Is there a Harbinger over here? I should totally do these. Rather than doing two laps, I should just go up and around. That's what I should do. That might be faster. It also might be faster to switch to Cyclone. But I'm not going to do that. Oh, there's the Harbinger. Here we go. Alright, so here's Harbinger number 1 for this map. Cowsad says, the changes to Flame Golem are really great. They now use Fireball much more than before. Okay, that's good. So maybe Elementalist Golemancers is actually worth it now? I've actually used to see like Elementalists taking down Shaper pretty much every single league last year. There were a couple of Elementalist builds that I kept an eye on that were Golemancer builds that would always take down Shaper. At some point I'm going to try out a Elementalist build. I just haven't yet for the Golem side of things. There's been so many other builds I've always wanted to try. But that's one of them. At some point I'm actually going to play that. We'll try a Golemancer and we'll see how it goes. I have to get on the Golemancer train before Mathel does, before he breaks the market for all the Golemancer items. And this is actually a good league to do it, because I don't think they're that expensive, this league. The items for Golemancer. Show me the map! Why do you not run Beachhead Rotas, Kirky? I don't run them because I don't want to crash. That's why. I run them when I'm off stream, but I don't like to run them when I'm streaming. And even sometimes when I'm off streaming, sometimes this league it's been just really buggy running as a Necromancer. Like sometimes stuff just straight up crashes. Doesn't matter whether I'm streaming or not. Just like, nope, you're running a minion build. We don't like you this league. Sometimes that happens. JNKZ says, is there any way you can give me a price idea on an item? If you want to price check something, we actually do have an items and a price checking kind of zone on the Discord. So again, I would highly recommend you join the Discord. Like, pretty much all the questions that anybody ever could want to ask of a PoE community, we probably have a spot for it on our Discord server. And there's more people than just me available to answer questions, which is great, because it means if I'm asleep or AFK, you won't have to wait for an answer. A lot of the time, people will get back to you right away. Michael says, oh dang, so only about a month left. I feel I got further than I expected, TBH. Yeah, I think the retention this league is actually going to show that Metamorph League has probably been the best league for retention, like for player retention. Over the next 2 weeks or so, we should be starting to get previews of the next league, I think. I could be wrong on that. But I think over the next 2 weeks or so, 10 to 14 days, we should be getting previews of the next league. And I can't remember a time where this number of players have still been interested in playing Path of Exile for this long. A lot of the times players burn out like within the first month, and we're 2 months into the league, and the league is still very healthy for trading purposes, as well as for group party play, as well as for just farming and gathering new items. Like I think this is one of the better, more long-lasting expansions and leagues that we've seen. Disco says, I really want to see this meme juiced up with a Headhunter. Well, actually, if I was running this particular build with a Headhunter, this would do nothing. It must be a different build that you're referring to, because I don't kill anything. My minions kill everything on this build. What build cannot beat the Shaper? I'm sure there are plenty of builds that it would be tough to do on, but then again, there's a lot of very skilled mechanical players out there that would probably, as soon as I would name a build, somebody would probably be like, nope, there's actually a video of so-and-so doing just that. I think it would be very tough to beat the Shaper with no passive points spent, right? You're allowed to use whatever items you want, but you don't get passive points. That would probably be pretty tough. The Discord link doesn't work for you for some reason? Alright, well let's go in and see if we can't update the Discord link.
We are rich, sire! Rich, rich, rich! Rich, rich, rich!
Here is a, there's a Discord join link. J and KZ if you're looking. Hey, there's ancient shards. There we go. Annulment shards, ancient shards. Anything else? Annulments. Nope. Nope. I didn't miss any mirrors of Calandra. Nope. Okay. Away we go. Michael says, are you going to play hardcore next League, Iron, or are you going to stay in Trade League? Hey, hardcore is Trade League too. It's just it's a lot slower. I think I'm actually going to stay softcore next League.
Shake it, baby!
So, with the wife being pregnant and baby being due at some point in the summer of this year, I think I just want to play as much PoE and enjoy it as much as I can. So I'll probably stay softcore. I think there's a greater range of builds that I can play in softcore than in hardcore. It would be the first time in like over a year that I haven't done the every other league hardcore softcore. So, but generally speaking, when Mrs. Draconis is pregnant and we're gonna have a baby, it just makes it tougher to be playing hardcore. Like, I make more mistakes because I'm generally more tired with my gameplay time. I make really stupid decisions sometimes with my builds. What else? What other mistakes do I do when we're having kids? Sometimes I'll get on when I'm tired because I'm like, I just want to play a game. And so I'll go to play a game while I'm tired, and if you're playing hardcore and you're tired, that's a bad recipe. It's a good recipe for you to lose a character. So, yeah, most likely I'll just play softcore. Hey, are these level 20 yet? No, these are level 18. Alright. Bummer. Hopefully they'll get to be level 20 here with these set of beachheads. We're aiming for what? 8% per map? Is that what we're aiming for? That's what we were aiming for off the last one. Maybe it's only going to be 7%. Then it'll be like, what, 13 maps for a level? That's not too terrible, right? Hopefully Ancient Orbs will go up in price still. Now that I'm farming beachheads. And it's way too late in the league. Ancient Orbs are still on the rise, so it's been funny to see Ancient Orbs continually go up, even though the league is over halfway complete. Ancient Orbs are still on the rise as players are trying to chance themselves a Headhunter. I actually don't know what Headhunter build I would play this league if I had one. I would probably play some bow. I'd probably play a bow character. Just to be like, Bow League! Am I right?
Feeling lucky.
Oh, nice. 6-socket. That's most likely what I would do. I think. I think I would play a bow character.
We are rich, sire.
Nice.
Rich, rich.
We are rich, sire. More than 50 remain. Alright, where did I miss? Where did I miss? I don't think I missed... Here? Is it still more than 50? Still more than 50. What did I miss? As long as I didn't miss a Harbinger, I don't care. Or maybe I did miss a Harbinger. I really ought to start counting the Harbingers. No, that sounds like good gameplay. That doesn't sound like me. More than 50. Is there a pathway over here? Is there a ledge? There's got to be a Harbinger somewhere just hiding. Nope, it's just a group of random... Oh, here we go. It's a group of crabs. I went all the way around the map for a group of crabs. Go kill this guy! Kill him! Alright, we're out of here. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Below 50. Man, that makes me paranoid. How does trade look in hardcore? Trade looks considerably different in hardcore. Considerably different. The speed of trades completed in hardcore are much slower. Players will sit and chat with each other in hardcore when they're making trades. Like in softcore, it's like, hey, give me my thing and go away. Whereas in hardcore, it's like, hey, you're still alive. What builds are you using today? What builds have you had rip? What builds have you seen work this league? Those are all things that are conversation pieces and points in hardcore league that just don't happen in softcore. In softcore, if you trade somebody for currency, you're not going to sit and chat with them for 3 to 5 minutes about their hideout and their decorations or their builds. In hardcore, when you see another human being, you're like, hey, you're trying to stay alive too. I'm trying to stay alive. We're both trying to stay alive. We're both cool, right? Makes us friends. Makes us tight. We're a unique fraternity or sorority of people. A unique collection. An elite collection of people who are banging their heads up against the hardcore wall. And for better or for worse, that's what it is. So, some players really like that. Some players don't. Some players think it's lame. You know? So, wow, this was 2 Harbingers together. Let's try to count the Harbingers this time. That's 2 down. Let's get the Harbingers down. What do we get to? It's about 7%. I think that's what we're getting. We're getting more like 7% than like 8%. I think that's what we're noticing here. Part of that is just because I'm too dang slow. Too dang slow as a player. Which is part of the reason why if I wanted to use a Headhunter build this league, I'd probably be using a bow character. Probably be using some stupid elemental hit build or tornado shot build. I actually have not seen that many Headhunter builds that feature spells. So that might be interesting. I might try to build like a Headhunter spellcaster. Maybe like an auto bomber, like a Headhunter auto bomber build. That would be fun. See how fast you can zip around. But a lot of the mods, I guess, that you steal from rares probably aren't that great for spellcasting. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it's more popular to do attack-based builds than spell-based builds for Headhunter. That would be my assumption. It's just that there's more available mods for you to steal that are relevant to attack-based characters than to caster-based characters. One of the things that's rough when I was playing my Headhunter in Legion, my Headhunter Cyclone character in Legion, was making a decision whether or not I was going to go with Brutality or not, because there are so many mods that you can steal that increase your elemental damage and that affect your elemental damage. I didn't want to nerf myself by using Brutality, but Brutality is such a massive damage boost to get started with your kills on rares, so it was kind of an interesting trade-off to trade off between the two of those. Michael says, dang, I haven't tried skeletons this league at all, just figuring out zombies still. Stuck at 1.1k strength right now. Yeah, the biggest control factor, IMO, for strength is getting your efficient training set up and then getting your brawn set up if you're going brawn. So right now, my character's at 2110 strength. So not that much more than you, just 1k more. You can just pump more strength into it. Like, I don't have any strength on my shield. But for me to replace this shield with a better shield that's comparable with resistances and strength, it's so expensive it's not worth it. At least for me. So for me, 14.9k energy shield is enough. And the damage is good, as you can see. I've yet to lose a zombie here farming beachheads, which beachheads really aren't like the end-all be-all, you know, of testing a particular build, but it's one way to say, hey, here's a safe spot that you can farm. This character really only has trouble with Cirrus in his third form because of the lag of his die beams. If I didn't lag out and just straight up freeze for 3 seconds whenever he casts his die beams, I would do a much better job on this build. On my other character who kills Cirrus, my Holy Relic Guardian character, like, he doesn't freeze for whatever reason. Probably because he doesn't have a gazillion minions floating around. But that's definitely a bummer, and has been a bummer this league as I fight Cirrus. Has just been like ripping my XP and knowing I'm going to rip my XP because of the bugs. So feel bad for guys in hardcore. Like, imagine if you're in hardcore and you found out that there was that lag bug. Like, when you're fighting Cirrus. And you go to log out, but you're just straight up screen locked and screen frozen, so you just lose your character. That would feel real bad. PG Hart says, how did your Poet's Pen build work out for you? It worked out really well.
Rich, sire.
I really like my
Rich,
Poet's Pen build.
rich,
It's really
rich,
good for farming
rich,
blight maps.
rich.
Maybe I should show you guys what it looks like. So type Poet's Pen into chat if you'd rather see a Poet's Pen run of this Beachhead map. We can do that at some point. We can run a few Beachheads with the Poet's Pen build. It's quite fun. I like it. I really appreciate Poet's Pen a lot. I think it's a great designed item. It's not too powerful. It allows for unique interactions. You can play with multiple ascendancies. I think it's fun. Cowsid says, skeletons are your best bet when leveling summoners that require level 70 plus. Yeah. Yeah, skeletons are pretty good. My skeletons right now, it's level 20. Not even level 21, and it's on what, a 1 link? Yeah, there's nothing in here that's supporting it. It's on a 1 link, but I'm also only running Beachheads right now. But I use this same configuration to take down Cirrus 8. So occasionally I'll swap off. Before they did the nerf to the Chaos Storms, I would use the skeletons primarily in my 6 link, and because the zombies would just be stupid and would walk into one of the Chaos Storms, and the Chaos Storms would just straight up tear through the zombie. But now, since the way how they... Whoa, hey now, let's not die. The way how they changed the way how damage works with the Chaos Storms and how it interacts with minions, I feel like it's a lot safer now for your zombies to go in there and be your primary 6-link damage. You can do zombies or you can do skeletons. Your zombies are probably going to die at some point if they get slammed. Skeletons, if they die, it doesn't matter, right? So either way is good. Just remember, everybody, when the development manifesto came out, everybody was saying, oh, zombies have been nerfed. Zombies suck now. Oh, no! I like it when people get reactionary, and then we can look back on it and go, nope, that reaction was totally inappropriate.
We are
Totally
rich,
uncalled
sire.
for.
Rich,
Pretty fun.
rich.
All right, I think that's 4 Harbingers on this map, so there should be 2 more. Michael says, whatever happened to that double corrupted headhunter? Yeah, we sold it for a lot. I think we made it for 90 and then we sold it for like 120 or 125. That was guild property, so that wasn't my property, but it was a good investment for the guild. It was a good investment. Phoenix had been crying out for days for us to to make an investment into headhunter, and we finally did it, and it paid off big time. All right, should be one more Harbinger, unless I can't count. Which is true, I can't count. Zed says, can't do anything about the lag. You just hope your life is above 0 after the die beam in hardcore. Yeah. Zed, I give you props that you're still playing hardcore this league, man. You're the faithful representing the G3 crew in hardcore this league. I could not even imagine trying to run that fight in hardcore. I think I would just hate myself. I would hate my character. I'd hate Cirrus. I would hate lag, I would hate bugs. I would just be one big salty bald man is what I would be at that point. Dwayne says mostly headhunters is not good for spellcasters because 25% of physical has added extra fire, cold, physical. Not a lot of physical spells, EK and BV. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a really good point. It's a great way to put it. Alright, where's the last Harbinger? Did we already get him? Maybe we already got him. I think we already got him. I think I can't count. That's what I think. I think when in doubt, I can't count.
Take it, baby!
Do we miss him down below? Well, here's some dudes. There's some more dudes. Is there a dude floating around? I don't see a dude floating. Nope, no dude floating. Alright, let's get out of here. We got all the Harbingers. We're up to 20% XP, so we're getting between 6.5 to 7% XP per beachhead. I should just grab a bunch of beachheads and I wouldn't have to be stopping all the time in my stash tab. What am I doing here? I'm being such a silly Billy. JN says, doesn't Divine Ire do well as Fizz? Yeah, it does, but I think that would be kind of awkward on a Headhunter map because you'd have to stop to channel it and to fire it. So it might be a bit awkward. Mr. C says, you can also do what I'm doing and have zombies and skeletons share a 5-link. I actually did that, Mr. C, early on in the league. I don't know if I stole the idea from you or you stole the idea from me or if we got it mutually from other places, but that's what I did early on when I first got my very first 5-link, actually. They were both sharing a 4-link because I didn't get a 6-link for a long time. So once I got my first 5-link, they just shared the spot. And it was fine. Like, I'm pretty sure that was on stream, actually. Like, my first and second serious kills ever were on 5-links, I think. Maybe not. Maybe that's hyperbole. Maybe my first deaths were on 5-links. Maybe my first successes were on 6-links when I invested. When I actually, got gear that could do damage. Since, half of my strength is applied to my minions. Turns out that's actually a pretty important mod for a strength stacking build. Who would have thought? Oh no! It's the Freezy guys. Let's come over here. Oh look, a Teemo dropped. Where's Teemo? Come here, Teemo. Divine Vessel. Woohoo! Harbinger. Is there a Harbinger over here? Man, there have not been Harbingers on this top right side for the last couple of maps. Is there one here? There's got to be a floaty guy. There's the floaty guy. I see one floaty man. Is there a second floaty man? Do I hear two? Two floaty men. Nope, just one. Maybe there's another one out here.
We are rich, sire.
Nope.
Rich, rich, rich.
Oh, more ancient shards. That's great. I love to see them ancient shards dropping my way. Alright, no Harbingers up here. Killed Frodies and Explodey guys. Zed says, as for level 6 Sirius versus level 8, I'd say 20% more damage and some more life is a rough estimation. Sounds about right. Hazard says, man, bummer. Was hoping to make it home from work in time for you to look at my build. Hey, Hazard, don't worry about it, dude. I'm going to try to stream a whole bunch this week. So if we missed out today, we're going to hopefully do it again tomorrow as well. So if you missed out, we've got a queue up of builds, so you can send me a Discord PM with your Path of Building paste bin. And then we'll take it away from there. Disco Mole says, that clear speed would make me want to smash my head into a wall. That's fair. That's fair. Sasha says, Wave of Conviction does physical. Oh, there you go. You do Wave of Conviction. PG says, so I got my Necro to 93, but now when I die, I lose so much XP that I'm paralyzed and finding myself not wanting to play. So this is why I'm doing Beachheads. PG, this is why I'm doing Beachheads. Because do you see both of my hands are right here and there's gameplay going on? Like every once in a while, I will drop down my Vol skeletons and then I'll just sit here. Tier 15 Beachheads as a summoner. Like, I got almost 15k energy shield. Like, I can literally just sit here and I know I'm going to constantly get XP. So, it's a very, very, very safe and reliable way to get XP. So, Mr. C says, I stole it from you. What'd you steal? Did you? Oh, you stole the 5-link setup, the double 5-link? Yeah. It's just a budget. It's a nice budget way. Like, I learned that in hardcore. It's a nice budget way if you've got 2 different skills or 2 different damaging abilities that are all using the same supports. You might as well just throw them on the same 6-link when you first get it, or the same 5-link when you get it. Most of the content throughout the game can be conquered that way. Granted, the top tier end game can't, but... Become a trader? Not everybody should become a trader, then there won't be any market left for me to play in. Come on now. OTB says, with all the talk of the serious fight being hard, the most important thing is to listen for his audio so you are aware of his position, then simply only ever move perpendicular to his position and take your time with the fight. That's a great suggestion. It doesn't matter much, though, when I'm clicking on my screen to move perpendicular to him and there is 0 response, and the next screen, the next frame that I see is Resurrect in town. Or Resurrect at checkpoint. So, not to be a complainer, not to be that guy. On my computer, I'm not complaining about the game, I'm saying on my end as a user, when I go to fight him and he's in his 3rd phase, he almost always freezes my computer and I die. So, that's a me problem. I'm not blaming the game. I'm not complaining GGG. Totally willing to say, hey, that's on my end. But if it is a bug, and it does turn out to be a bug, it'd be nice if it got fixed. But if it's not a bug, then hey, I get it. My computer can't handle the 3rd stage of the serious fight without losing a character once. Hey, we got a Phoenix map. That's nice. Got some ancient shards here. Do we get any ancient shards up here? No? Couple? That's nice. Imperial Staff Piece. Woohoo! Some ancient shards. Some more ancient. Annulment. Alright, there we go. Yeah, for anybody that's thinking already about how they want to league start the next league, one thing you can do very early on is just go start running Beachheads right away. As soon as you can start getting Harbinger Orbs and start converting those Harbinger Orbs into Beachheads, just go start running them, get free XP, run Rotas, charge people to carry them for XP. Start picking up the Ancient Shards right away. And just start making currency right off the bat. Rush your character not just to maps, but rush your characters to Beachheads. Because chances are that Nemesis won't be available, but if it is available, then Ancient Orb prices go up considerably. So, you always want to look and see what's available, if Nemesis is available or not, because that really dictates the price of Chance Orbs a lot of the time, as well as Scourings, as well as Ancient Orbs. So if you're already thinking about what you want to do differently for next league, be paying attention to when they release the Zana information on what you can put onto maps. Alright, there's a Harbinger there to our left. There's another one up here to our right. Can we get these guys to come together?
It is not the strongest
Come
of the
together
species that survive, but the one
right
most
now.
responsible for change.
Harbingers.
It is not the strongest of the species that survive, but the one most responsive to change.
Am I going to die with 2 Harbingers fighting on top of me? There's Volatile Dead. Oh! Haven't lost a skeleton yet. Or a zombie. Did I get both of them? I got both of them. Orb of Fusing. Orb of Fusing. Alright, there we go. Sasha says, can you tell me a good Spectre with Chaos damage? With Chaos damage, specifically? I would think the Chaos Spitters, the Snake Spitters in Act 7. A lot of Snake Spitters in Act 7. Those guys do a mix of Fizz and Chaos. Kitava's Heralds actually do a mix of Physical and Chaos. They rotate through a lot of different spells, though. One of the reasons why Kitava's Heralds are not more popular as damage-dealing Spectres is because they rotate through so many skills. I think they have 5 different skills, which if they had less, they would be super-duper popular as Spectres. But if you're specifically going for Chaos Spectres, I would think the Chaos Spitters, the Snake Spitters, would be my first thing that come to mind. There might be others as well, but that's the first thing that come to mind. The Skittering Spiders, I guess, that use Viper Strike, maybe. Those would be another thing to scale up. Maybe. Alright, we're getting about 6%. 6 to 7% per map. That's what we're getting here.
Strongest of the species that survive,
Not bad.
but the one most responsive
Not
to
great,
change.
but not bad. It's just a nice, chill way to level. A nice, chill, safe way to level. Alright, let's get out of here. We killed all the Harbingers. Dwayne says, I just told myself that I'm going to play a new skill next league, whatever seems to be best. That's one way to approach it. Is say, hey, whatever is best, that's what I'm going to run. It's certainly one way to approach it. The trick when you do that is you have to determine what's best, right? Sometimes that can be tough to figure out what exactly is going to be best in a new particular meta. So you've really got to know exactly what's strong this league and then how it gets nerfed and how the nerfs are going to impact it for the next league. If you want to know what's great, right? And then conversely, what gets buffed or what gets released. Those are also things to think about. Because sometimes new stuff is really strong. Sometimes. My pattern of what I've seen is that GGG pretty much releases two out of the 3 things that GGG will release are usually bad. If it was 2 out of 3 new things that gets released as being good, then it might be worth the risk a little bit more to play something that's new right away. But for me at least, it's not worth the risk. Like, I'd much rather play something that was strong last league that got a little bit of a nerf. That means that a lot of players aren't going to want to play it, and it'll be cheaper. That's just my own approach. Alright, let's go up here. I really ought to have Flame Dash. But I'm too lazy. I'm using Portal rather than using Portal Scrolls.
We are rich, sire.
Oh, a Chaos Orb! Look at that!
Rich, rich.
So we spent just under 10x on these 22 maps, I think. Is what we ended up spending. I think we spent like 8 or 9 for 22 beachhead maps.
Take it, baby.
So hopefully that should get us to what, level 95, and then maybe we'll see if I go insane or not. If I'll keep pushing for level 96, we'll see. We'll see just how repetitive running these beachheads gets on the same build. I might at some point swap over to like some stupid Cyclone setup if that really does improve my speed by that much. Then again, I might swap over to Poet's Pen and push that guy up as well. Because that build, Poet's Pen, is just fun. You just stand there and hold down a button. The problem with Poet's Pen inside the Harbinger's arena is that sometimes there are things that can one-shot you on that Poet's Pen build. Like if enough Volatile Dead stack up on you at one time. I've had 3 Volatile Dead stack up on me on one time on this particular build, and I've still survived it. I would not be able to do that on my Poet's Pen build. But my Poet's Pen build, I would also hopefully be staying a little bit more mobile. But you can't quite play at the AFK mode that you can this. Like this is literally, you know, AFK mode. Essential Surgery says, "Hey Iron, I just want to give you a shout out for all these give you a shout out for those Our Summoners for You videos." Oh, nice. That's great, man. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it. Whenever you guys are enjoying video discussions, that's good feedback for me, because people always say, "Well, Iron, do you make videos you enjoy, or what do you like doing most about making videos and making discussions?" It's like, if I don't enjoy the discussion, I'm not going to make a video discussion on it. It's as simple as that. So, if it gets made into a video discussion, chances are I really enjoyed it. Mr. C says, "I'm thinking about playing a miner next league to start one. Fireball mines." Okay. Make sure you have insurance on your wrists. Nesterior says, "I hope mines stay relatively unchanged." Yeah, I don't think they'll be. I don't think they're OP enough right now. I don't think there's a general outcry or a general sense that mines are a problem. Basically, you see the meta, and you can see this for the last 6 leagues, if not more. I just remember that because we've done a couple of videos discussing the last 6 leagues worth of ascendancies. You can look and see, and you can tell when players have enough currency across the board that they swap off of their league starters, especially minor players. Like you can see, like, okay, all the minor players that just wanted to league start minor, and now they want to play something else. They were just literally just using the minor in order to clear their atlas or get enough currency or kill enough bosses to swap over to another build. You can see it, and it moves very, very quickly. It's like within a week to 2 weeks, it's like minors go from being 15 to 20% of the league down to being like less than 8% of the league. It happens really, really quickly. And it's because so many players play them as strong league starters, and then once players have enough currency to get off of a minor, they do. So TB says, "Alright, cool. I think I'll run Spirit Offering, Castwell Channeling, Cyclone, Desecrate then, and try to get a level 2040 Fortify boots so I have Fortify up permanently." That is the way to do it. I actually have some Fortify boots that are still in my stash from when I was doing that exact setup. It's the best way to do it. Also, if you can go with life gain on hit, if you're still a life-based build, or if you're going hybrid between life and energy shield, you can go life-based on your, what do you call it? Claws. Life on hit.
We are
On your
rich,
claws,
sire.
which is really, really nice. Hey, some exalted shards.
Much better.
That was 5 exalted shards right there. That's 1/5 of an exalt. That's great. So I would definitely recommend doing that. That was a strong setup to have Fortify on your boots. And I got him relatively early. I think I paid like 30C for mine. Got him relatively early, just permanently have Fortify up. I think I only had like 6k life at the time, but it was a monstrous amount of recovery from the energy shield. So. Alright, am I missing a Harbinger here? No.
Lucky. Feeling lucky.
I am feeling lucky, Graves. Are you? Harbinger over here somewhere? Where is he? Where is he? He's somewhere over here. No? He's not over here? Here he is. Kill the men! Kill the elves! Save the gold! For ourselves!
Take it, baby!
Alright, there should be a peninsula up here. Right? No? Too early. Too early from the peninsula. Stay on the outside. I think something that I could do to get this strength up, discipline or divine a couple more efficient training, get them up from like 22s to 24s, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know if 2 additional strength on efficient training is going to be enough to push me from where I'm at to 15k. I think I'm just going to have to straight up deal with this shield, with getting an upgrade on this shield. Thank you so much, sweetie. That was very kind. You gonna take that with you? Thank you. That was very kind. My daughter just brought me some water. Super duper kind. A minor exodus? Yeah, there's basically a minor exodus about 2 weeks into the league. Where players go, okay, I league started with this minor, I killed the bosses that I wanted to kill, I hate playing minor, now get me off of it right away. Some players don't mind playing minors, right? I'm not saying that minors are bad. I'm not saying that minors are a gameplay style that need to leave the game. I'm just saying it's an observation that a significant percentage of the players who league start as minors drop, and the percentage of that ascendancy choice drop and skill choice drop within 10 to 14 days of a league. It could be because players just don't like sabos in general, and so players start out with sabos, and then they go, oh, I don't like this. But I'm much more inclined to think that it's a returning percentage of the player base who go, okay, I'm going to use a minor because it's really cheap to get started and to get set up, and then once I have currency, I'm going to swap over to play the thing that I actually want to play. I think that's far, far more likely than to say that every single league there's new players who are just attracted to playing sabos. Yes, there certainly are new players who are attracted to playing sabos, but I don't think that that's a significant portion of the player population. Call me prejudiced against sabos if you want.
We are rich, sire. Rich, rich, rich.
Nobody important says, I still need to figure out how long I need to ramp up Conquerors and other bosses, though. A lot of the time I stay close for too long.
Take it, baby!
That's fair. Yeah, that's another reason why trappers and miners are really strong, right? Especially this league. When you've got new bosses and you can go take them out really easily, really quick, miners are going to be good. Wad says, did you spend a lot of currency into it? Nobody important says, not really. Most expensive thing was the power charge on crit. Oh, Amy the Book Mama says, you're welcome for your water. Well, thank you. Thank you, beautiful. That is Mrs. Draconis in chat. Big shout out. Big shout out to Mrs. Draconis in chat. That moment when you're streaming and your wife is watching you stream. Is that a dream or is that a meme? I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys to tell me. Alright, this guy wants to pay me 200 chaos for a Kingmaker. 205 chaos. Here we go. Give me that money. That's not 205. That's 35. There we go. Okay, but what are you... What? What are you doing here, dude? Okay. So if we move this here, is this 200? This is like 195. And I don't even have the space to make that trade. Go away. Go away. Go away. Just everyone go away. I don't want to deal with it. Give me the right amount of currency, or I don't want to deal with it. I'm sorry. Go away. Oh wait, this is the wrong map. Look at this. He's tilted me. I'm tilted. This is why I can't play League of Legends anymore. I just get tilted instantly. Tilted! Alright, where's the next beachhead map? Here we go. I need a dump tab. Do I have a dump tab for all this junk? Sure, here's some of it. Here's some of it. The rest of it's currency. We'll dump the currency here in a bit. Wad says, we're talking about the Poison BV build. Oh! Gotcha. Zed says he's going to league start with Summoner, even if they nerf zombies and skeletons. They're still strong. Herald of Agony. Yep.
Take it, baby.
At least on hardcore, Summoner is not just slightly better for bossing. It's 10 times better than Miner on a similar budget. Yeah. Yeah, it's... at least for me in Blight League, when I was playing my Juggernaut Summoner, it was like... it was just a joke. Like, I was playing on a Juggernaut, not on a Witch, which so many players are like, oh, well, the Witch and the minion gem levels and blah, blah, blah. Like, it is good. But it was so incredibly strong to be playing a Juggernaut, to not have to care about physical damage, to have a bunch of other damage converted into elemental damage. Like... there were so many defensive layers about the thick Juggernaut Summoner that were so nice. And it was the furthest I'd ever been on a hardcore character. It was a lot safer than any of the other previous hardcore Summoners I'd ever played. And that's saying something, for at least for me, for my gameplay experience. Like, that Juggernaut was fantastic. Summoner and hardcore. Name a better duo.
We are rich, sire. Rich, rich, rich.
Why am I getting text messages about coupons? That's not an important text message. Telemarketers, dude. Telemarketers. They infiltrate our phones. They mess with our phone conversations. Our phone etiquette and our phone protocol. I actually called a client the other day for a scheduled appointment, for a scheduled time that we were supposed to chat. And the client didn't recognize my voice and didn't recognize me by my introduction. I said, hello, this is so-and-so from such and such. And they just hung up on me. And I can't even be angry at the person, right? I can't even be angry at the client. Because it's like, you know what? You probably thought I was a telemarketer. So I sent them a text and said, hey, it's so-and-so from such and such. I'm calling for a scheduled appointment. And then, of course, the client called me back and said, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a telemarketer. Yep. I get it. I get it.
Take it, baby.
It's the world that we live in, at least here in the United States. I don't know. Do you guys have telemarketer phone calls in your country where you're from? Do you guys have this problem? We definitely have it as a problem here in the States. Sometimes I'll get political text messages as well, which I'm one of the least political people you can imagine.
Take it, baby.
I do not get involved into political discussions. Religious discussions I'm happy to get into. Political discussions, not so much. Hey, why won't this guy die? Oh, that's a Harbinger down there. That's why. Okay, why is it that these guys aren't dying as easily? Because it's a Harbinger, Iron! Well, let's go get some Ancient Orbs. Is Strength stacking the best Necro variant at the moment? I'm not sure if it's the best, actually. Truly the best, like, most safest build might be the Herald of Agony mana stacking, ES stacking Guardian. That might be the best. Because it's just ridiculously strong. I think for its currency investment and probably at the top end, Strength stacking is probably better. But yeah, between those two, I think those two are probably the best. Herald of Agony, there's a ton of damage, a ton of defenses that you can get. Strength stacking, ton of damage, ton of defenses that you can get. So I would say those are two probably of the better ones. You know, I might actually, and maybe I should swap up this build to be using, what are the specters? Slave drivers. The slave driver specters for more damage, just to go a little bit faster. But yeah, why do I even have these chieftains up? Wow, I just noticed this like an hour into gameplay. I've got the wrong chieftains summoned. I've got the power charge chieftains rather than the frenzy charge chieftains. No wonder why I feel slow. Essential Surgery says, Summoner is just so interesting to play. So many little adjustments to make based on what you want out of the character. Yeah, it is. It's great. The Summoner is the Swiss Army knife of Path of Exile. Like, you can just, like, switch out, like, little things here and there. You can switch out gems, switch out jewels, and go, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to tailor this particular approach to this particular content for this particular play session? There's so many things that you can do with the Summoner. It really is great. Taco Mage says, I'm considering running a Pathfinder with Deathmark zombies just for doing stupid safe lab running. Yeah, that would be nice. You could do a chess piece swap out for a 6-link for zombies, and then you summon up your zombies while Azaro is like rising out of the ground. You can do that. PG Hart says, when do you even get access to summoning gems as a Juggernaut? I included that in my guide, in my Juggernaut Summoner guide. Let me see if I can't pull it up. Am I going to die here? No, I'm not going to die. Who am I kidding? There is the Juggernaut guide. And I believe what I said to do on my guide was actually to mule a bunch of the gems. So this is what I wrote at the beginning of Blight League. You can level as melee with Ground Slam up until Act 3. Or you can use Holy Flame Totem. Key gems and how to acquire them. So Raise Zombie you acquire via a Witch Mule. That's what I did in Blight from Enemy of the Gate, Act 1. Or you can get it via Siosa Act 3. Act 3. So I use mules. That's what I do. I'll play a low-level character and fulfill the requirements. Minion damage support is from Cage Brute, Act 1. Minion life support is from Act 2, Sharp and Cruel, or Root of the Problem. Feeding Frenzy is from Act 2, A Fixture of Fate. Also buyable for Clarissa, for Scion, for the same quest. Summon Carrion Golem is from Act 4 as a reward for breaking the seal, and Brutality support you get from the Eternal Nightmare in Act 4. So that's what I used. Those were the setups and the gems that I used for that particular build as a Juggernaut. So early on, start with good old Ground Slam or whatever it is that you want to use, and then transition from there into a Summoner. Either in Act 3 with Siosa, or you can use a mule. You can use another character, level them up, complete the quests, and then transfer the gems over. Which is how I prefer to do it, because I absolutely abhor taking currency to Siosa. I think Siosa in the library should have a guild stash or something next to him. He should. Or he shouldn't sell gems, like he should be in town. Like, it's so ridiculous that he's just out in the wild. There's nothing else like that in Path of Exile. It's such a strange phenomenon. It's like, hey, Act 3, there's this random guy who will give you gems if you bring him currency. I mean, it's kind of cool, right? Like a wandering, traveling merchant that you appear in the wild. Like, because there's not more of those phenomenon in PoE, it makes it kind of cool. But at the same time, it just makes it unintuitive for a lot of newer players, and they have no idea that Siosa would even offer them gems. So.
Rich.
That's how I did it on Juggernaut. Muled stuff over off of the Witch. And then I had to be very, very careful because intelligence, you have very specific intelligence requirements in order to use a wand like this, which is 242, I believe, right? Is that the requirements? Yeah, 242 is the required level requirements for an intelligence-based minion wand. For a convoking wand, it requires 242 intelligence. So it's actually pretty tough to get that on the strength stacking Juggernaut. You have to be very careful about the intelligence gear that you craft or that you purchase, that you don't accidentally undercut your intelligence if you don't want to use that kind of gem or that kind of weapon. But on my particular Juggernaut, I didn't necessarily have to care about that early on because I was using Omnivorax to fix my elemental resistances because I was playing in hardcore, so I didn't really care about my weapon slot because my minions were doing all the damage that they could and all the damage that they ever could need. So, didn't really care too much. Did not really care too much to add minion damage onto stuff. I really needed survivability and defenses for hardcore. That's another thing that's fun about hardcore, is that, you know, you reconsider items that otherwise are crap in softcore. Like, nobody's going to use the Omnivorax sword, right? And I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but it's the sword that gives you a whole bunch of resistances, right? Like 45 to 58 elemental resistances. It just gives you a ton of elemental resistances. Nobody in their right mind in softcore is like relying on that, right? For the most part. Players are probably using, you know, a weapon that actually deals damage or gives them some sort of benefit. But in hardcore, it's like, hey, if my damage is all coming off of my minions and my minions' damage scaling is all coming off of the passive tree, then I don't need to spend a whole bunch of currency on a weapon that does offensive abilities for me when I can do defensive abilities and when I need defensive abilities, because it's hardcore and you don't want to lose your character. Skilla says, using Animated Guardian for the first time ever with Chains of Command, it's so easy and cheap, but with 6k effective EHP, it is, I get one shot every now and then. Yeah, that'll happen. That's one of the things that I'm so surprised. So many players sent in their POBs today for us to check with and mess around with. We did, I think, 4 or 5 of them. And I don't think any one of them had over 6k HP on their path of building. Which just makes me nervous. I guess that's just the hardcore player in me coming out a little bit. Like, that makes me a little nervous. Like, you're sitting at 5,500 life, sitting at 5k life. I mean, you're not going to lose your character because it's softcore, but you're going to lose XP a lot. You're not necessarily going to grind up to higher levels. So, which who am I to talk? Like, level 95 is going to be my highest level character ever, so talking about grinding up to higher levels. I am no one to talk about grinding up to higher levels. But we'll see. We'll see if I even make it to level 95. I might get bored with this and be like, alright, it's time to go make more money on the currency market. It might be time to go get my Poet's Pen character back up and running. We'll see. We'll see what I decide between today and tomorrow. If I just want to keep running Beachheads until level 95. Delve is so much more fun to actually experience and to level in, but it's so much more dangerous. Like, you're just going to lose hours of your time from dying inside Delve mines. And you'll lose time from farming Sulfite. Like, so, there's trade-offs with it.
Sire. Rich, rich, rich.
Alright, let's come up and do the peninsula. Is this a belt anyone can use?
Feeling lucky.
No, not at the moment. Thank you, though. Our guild chat's so nice. We've got such nice people in guild. We're what, 2 months into the league and people are like, hey, does anybody need anything? I can help out. I really enjoy the community that we've got here in G3. I enjoy the fact that when we're in chat and people need something or need help, like people actually help each other out rather than just flaming each other. I think that's pretty cool. It's probably one of my favorite aspects of the PoE community, is how little we flame on each other or taunt each other, and how much help we're all willing to offer one another. It's pretty nice. We're a pretty drama-free gaming community when you know, all things considered. And when you compare us with some of the other gaming communities that are out there, sheesh. They're just absolutely filled with drama left and right.
Lucky.
Do I have enough space for any more? No, I don't. Okay. So I'm going to actually have to go back to town and put some of this currency away at the end of this run. Do I have one more map? No, this is the last map anyway. Okay. So that's good. This is the last map before we dump our stash. Wah-ha-ha. Excellent. Oh, there's a thing. Kill the thing. Kill the thing. We don't want that thing floating around. Alright, here we go. Kill these things. Whew, they did damage. Uh-oh. Below 10k. Uh-oh. Ah, we're fine. Alright. Skilla says, I just hit level 85. All I have left is to get 3 jewel slots, and I'll put percentage life in them. Hey, that's a great idea. Timothy says, I'm at 95, but I'm pretty stuck there. Do you have currency that you can buy beachheads and run them? It's free XP. They generally pay for themselves when you sell off the ancient orbs and the exalted shards that come in. So you basically break even, if not make currency off of them most of the time. And then you're just getting the XP. It's pretty nice. Growlich says, this league, even over 10k EHP, a lot more. It leaves you open to some Metamorph one-shots in the highest tiers. So some people just decide to not bother with that in softcore. That's true. Growlich, that's a great point. It's one of the reasons why I don't fight Metamorphs on this character. This character is probably the best character for me in the league to handle top-tier Metamorphs. But this character, I don't want to lose the XP when I'm actually leveling. That's why a lot of the time, like, I will run tier 16 maps on this particular character when I've just leveled. Because if I'm going to run it and fight the Metamorph, I'm going to lose the XP at some point. And so I'd much rather do that when I've just hit the level and not lose the XP, right? Not lose the hours worth of XP. Clay agrees with you. He says, yep, this. Yeah. Kirky says this only works on this channel. Yeah. Are you referencing like the community that we've got, like the sense of enjoying and helping one another out? That's fair. I don't know. I've seen a few other channels that are similarly helpful. I think it's in the PoE community. It's a PoE phenomenon. It's definitely not a League of Legends phenomenon. Tarkin says, "You mean League of Legends?" Yeah. League of Legends might be a slightly more drama-filled game. I am one of the most toxic people I know when I play League of Legends. It's not a good side of me that I enjoy. Not a happy camper. The best times that I perform with my attitude and for my team in League of Legends is actually when I just mute everybody and just like focus and play my own game. The seasons that I've ever climbed the highest on the rank ladder, which was not even climbing high, but was just better than average for me, is when I just muted everybody on both sides of the team and played Teemo top. Those were the seasons that I performed the best, that I ever got the highest rankings that I ever got in.
We are
in
rich, sire. Rich.
Hey, what do we get? We got some annulments. Some annulments. Don't really care about limb split. Oh, we can't even pick that up. We got ancient shards. This is good. Ancient shards. If I was picking up horizon shards, it'd probably really help out on the profitability side of things as well, but I'm not. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. Can I pick up this quiver piece if I move this stuff around? Can I hoard even more goods? Yes, I can. Even though I'm never going to build that quiver. I now have it, so that way if I ever want to, I can.
Take it, baby!
Alright, where are we going to here? We're going to the southern part of the beach. Alright, here we go. Maybe 2 more Harbingers, I think? 3 more Harbingers on this map? And then the map should be done. Ish. Ish-ish. Around there. Right around there.
Take it, baby!
Show me the map.
Show me the map! Alright, so that was 1 more Harbinger. So there's at least 1 more, right? Yep. Here we go. 1 more Harbinger. Get those flesh offerings. Let's get them, boys! Drop me some ancient shards. I don't think the Harbingers have actually dropped me very many ancient shards. It's kind of rude. Alright, I might as well portal here.
We are rich, sire. Rich.
Hey, drop me some annulments. That was nice. Zed says, Iron, have you considered doing tier 9 temples for XP? No, I have not yet. It is a great way to get XP, but I have not considered it yet. I think I'll probably rip. I will probably rip too often. Especially if I'm streaming. I just won't be paying attention. Let's get real with it for a second. If I'm streaming and I'm paying attention to what everybody's saying, or trying to even interact with what y'all are saying, I'm not going to stay alive. Not in tier 19 maps. I think at some point I'll do a video discussing tier 19 maps just because of how fun and how cool they are. But not at this point in the league. Not yet. And I'm not going to do it via streaming. Alright, do we got all these Fs? There we go. Alright, go back in and finish this off. King Beast says, I'm from the Souls community, and there it's either get good or go home. No one cares about your struggle. Yeah. See, I just don't think that that's very helpful, right? Especially for new players. And in Path of Exile, like, all of us were new players at one point in time, and all of us have done really stupid things as new players, right? Whether it's the meme about the guy who used a Mirror of Calandra, right? Like on a low-tier item, or a low-tier dagger or something so he could dual-wield it or whatever, right? Like, regardless of what the meme is, we've all done really stupid things. Like, some of us have tried... Like, or some of us have not known that you could socket jewels into things other than your weapon. We've thought that you've had to have your skills socketed into your weapon because we're coming from other games where you have to do that, where skills have to be attached to the weapon. Some players have never even opened their passive tree before. Some players open up their passive tree and just get overwhelmed by it. Some players, like, make the weirdest decisions on their passive tree and never go for anything that's got life on it. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that we all have to learn about. And so Path of Exile is a very unforgiving game if there's not a community of players that are willing to help one another with it, right? So I'm very thankful that we have a community that is willing to help one another. And that is willing to go out of their way to take the time to comment on one another's videos, to comment on one another's streams, to help out as we're able. Because, again, we all were new players at one time, and many of us are new players to new builds. Like today, I have probably interacted with more Reckoning and Vengeance type builds than I have ever dealt with before. Because so many of you decided to make this a weird stream, and we would talk about Vengeance builds on people's POBs. It's fun. It's great. It's educational. It helps teach, at least me, I've learned a lot today about Vengeance and the way how to scale it that I did not know previously.
Take it, baby.
So that's fun. But every day there's always something to learn that's new in Path of Exile, and that makes it exciting. And if we had a community that was a bit more hostile towards each other, man, it would make for a really rough time. Much less enjoyable, right? Skibla says, my biggest problem with this league is I have 4 champions at 90 plus, and this Scion that'll be 90 soon, but I haven't been able to get Cirrus or Elder or Shaper to spawn. Oh. Well, Elder and Shaper don't necessarily spawn at this point, right? They drop off of maps. So if you haven't gotten Shaper or Elder to spawn, that's why. If you haven't seen them yet, it's because they won't spawn now like they used to. They'll actually drop with a map. Shaper, do I have Shaper? Oh, they don't tell us if it's influenced by the Shaper. But anyway, maps nowadays will say things like this. Influenced by the Shaper or influenced by the Elder. That's how you know if a map is actually going to drop a fragment for you to then eventually go and fight the Shaper or the Elder. So we got, what, 44% of our XP? That's pretty good, from 0%. And we ran, what, 7 maps? So what is that, 44? Let's see if we can do math. 44 divided by 7 is like 6.2. So we're getting 6.2% per map, which means if we need, what, 56% times 6, or divided by 6, not times, means we need to run another 9 maps. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these maps should get us to level 95. So that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty stoked for that. Hopefully you guys are as well, and hopefully you guys are progressing in your own builds and enjoying the league. What's up, Draco? Welcome to the stream. Timothy says, hey, do you want to check out my Herald of Purity Dominating Blow Guardian? I do, but not right now. So at this point in time, we're actually going to say goodbye for the day. The plan is to come back tomorrow, and we will take a look at more Path of Buildings that all of you have submitted. So there's a whole bunch of you that have submitted Path of Building. So if we didn't get to your Path of Building today, don't worry, come back tomorrow. And when I call for a shout-out for PMs for those Path of Buildings, make sure that you're ready with your Path of Building, and we will take a look at more of them tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching the stream and for hanging out with me today. I hope that today is the day a Mirror of Calandra drops for you, and that all of your wonderful, wildest dreams come true today as you are playing Path of Exile in 3.9 Metamorph League. Thanks again for watching the stream. See you all tomorrow.